Hello. How is everybody? Good morning, Kelvin, Paranormal. Hope everybody's doing well today. Rook is somewhere, never here when we start. We'll talk about that later. Got some cool stuff today, I think. Ben Jehovah. Good morning. All right, I'll turn the music down in a second once I get everything set up. Nice. On axons just beneath the skin, and when only no one edge on the Z's of the zeros and ones. All right. I hope you guys are having a great day today. We have a fun show. Like I said, I'm waiting for Rook to show up sometime today. He's already 3 minutes past due. And I'm very judgy today. Twisted, welcome. You're hearing a remix of one of my songs I released that you can find on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, really anywhere you listen to music. Probably will be streaming there. Just look for Max 2 Core up on your screen. If you are interested in listening to it, just be aware. I know how a lot of people feel and have opinions on what do you call it? AI, but the words 100% mine. The songs, music, and sounds are AI. Sorry, I'm setting something up here. So yeah, I've got to grab something else real quick. So guys, give me a second. We're doing a few different things different today. All right, I'm back. I realized that I have an item that I want to use that is not working. So we're going to use the alternate device. So, sorry about that. We are back in business. So yeah, we have some really cool topics to talk about today. I'm really excited. Kind of came out of nowhere. We wanted to talk about kind of relationships. Rook and I are, again, kind of going through this thing where we're trying to maybe, I don't want to say rekindle, but add some things back in, you know, that we haven't been doing. And we're using some spiritual things and some psychology things to do that. Some apps that we're going to talk about. And it's not just romantic relationships we're talking about. We're talking about relationships in general. Relationships with people, friends, love, all those things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about spiritual compatibility and then how things have changed over time and have some open discussions. So really excited about that. Hope you guys are too. Please, as always, love the interactions that you guys give. So the more you have to say, please do not hold back. I have been incredibly enjoying this, what do you call it? This little dry burner thing. So, I know Twisted Chaos, we talked a little bit about it, but I just want you to know that it is absolutely worth it, especially if you like to have dry herb scents and stuff, which I do. while also, you know, not having the smoke, I guess, with it, because we have a dog that does not do well with the smoke. So we can't do a lot. We do a little bit, so we can, kind of enjoy the smoke and the cleansing part of it. But a lot of it, we have to be very careful with the smoke around Finn because he gets really crazy, and it really messes with him. So we're careful with that. But this dry burner has been freaking amazing. It does.
Thank you for the Lisa.
You can get little metal containers for it. So like I put the little herbs in the container, and then I put some oils in it, and I put some resins in it, so I can burn oil, resin, and the actual live herbs at the same time. It has a temperature control, which you pretty much have to have it on full blast for it to work. But super cool. And then we are actually throwing in a couple of
Punchies.
This would be Balm of Gilead or poplar buds.
Poplar punchy.
And those are so cool. Thanks
That
to
is so
Heather.
pretty. I just wonder if it works.
If what works?
The thing.
Why would you wonder if it works?
I just wonder how it works. It's very pretty. Let me just see it. I feel like it's very muted.
Moving on. Yeah, good morning, Mama Dragon. I'm just gonna ignore you. It's just easier that way.
Mama Dragon, hoot this, hooty hoo.
So,
Lord Calvin, PW, TK.
you're gonna be in timeout very soon.
Oh, jeez.
That's
I'll
what
be
I
quiet till my medicine kicks in.
said. It's not about being quiet. Y'all gonna hear this now. I'm gonna give some direction. Don't elbow the table hard, and don't clap at the microphone. Not good feedback for most. Hopefully it's muted, you guys, because I've had to put things in place to mute some of the sounds that he makes when he slams the table for no reason. But as you can see, only one of us is really concerned about how the chat is responding. Because I won't clap in their ears.
My forehead's numb.
Your face is about to be numb. But we do have a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. But we'll do what we normally do. And was the book club this week or was it last week?
That was
It was this past Tuesday.
Week, yeah.
It had a really good, I think, book club. I just obviously can't remember it if it's that good, huh? But no, my times are always off. But yeah, so we had a really good book club meeting.
Paranormal was there. Little Tree Sap was there. Mama Dragon was there. Like in the Wizard of Oz. And you were there. And you.
Ma Petite. Oh, Jesus. Really, Ma? Y'all.
Her name is Ma Petite. La Croisette. Oh, what?
All she wants is you.
Oh, you baby. Come here, little baby.
She goes to him and paws him to pick her up, so he ignores her. So she comes to me so I can pick her up and give him to her, give her to him because
I wasn't ignoring her.
She won't stay with me. She'll want to go with you.
I love you, baby. I am the one that she knows. I'm the one that wanted the Chihuahuas. Originally, don't you, baby?
But yeah.
And she knows.
Well, that's not good, Hootless. You're in trouble.
No, I can relate. I've gone a month or more without reading.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've cycled out of reading for long periods before.
If you don't feel it, you don't feel it.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons we were actually talking this morning, and you made a comment about you wish you could just stick to one thing. I'm like, why?
I just can't.
Swap it up when you want to swap it up. It's okay. Do a different what you want to do.
You just have to do yourself and like what you feel like. And if you force your way through, it's probably like, ugh. I mean, that can be no fun. Good morrow, Mystic Manny 3933. I wonder what does the 3933 mean?
We had a really good book club meeting this week. We had a lot of really good conversation. So what have you been reading?
Who, me? I just finished.
No, the other people in the room. Prim, come here. What have you been reading?
Yes,
What have you been reading, Primmy? Piper, what have you been reading? I don't read. I'm illiterate. You smell like poop. Go away.
I just finished. Hey, I took a bath.
No, don't be biting around us now.
Why does she come up and bite me?
Because you're
My
there.
knees, bitch.
She's not going for your knees. She's going for anything because she's...
She's psycho.
Stop!
She's a hyper psycho.
You can't bite me.
Bitch.
She bites the air, Brad. Leave her alone.
She's psycho.
She's not the smartest dog, but we love her. And she's pretty.
She is very pretty. I just finished reading The 5 People You Meet in Heaven.
Which was a what kind of book? Amazing.
A parable? Oh.
Yeah, it is a parable.
Amazing. It was good, you know. A couple parts about it irked me, but as I've talked about, but I think I kind of understand them now. But it was a very good book. I really like Mitch Albom, and today arrives The Next Person You Meet in Heaven. So, and there's something, one of his books is about a call, the first call you make in heaven or something. So I'm sure we'll read that next, but I'm also reading The Complete Guide to Esperanto. Saluton!
Oh, yeah.
Saluton. I want to learn how to cuss. I really want to learn how to cuss.
We can Google it.
There are some, definitely you can tell like it is kind of Christian tones to it. But I don't think he doesn't overstress it to me. Do you think?
No. Interesting, Hootless. I don't know if you've mentioned it, but which book are you talking about? Now, Mitch Albom is obviously, in my opinion, obviously a Christian. Held her comment. That's so funny. Dude, would I want to go? Ooh. Yes. Am I ever going to make it by 2027?
Melbourne. Oh my god. I think
that's too soon.
Oh wow, that would be so cool.
That would be cool. We might have to look at that.
Yeah. But I want to also go to CrimeCon in Orlando.
It's a little bit easier than Melbourne, Brad.
In September of 2027, I want to see Annie Elise. I want to see Nancy Grace. There's some others.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god, I will fanboy out for Annie Elise.
Biography on Gerald Ford. I could see that be interesting. I've got a few biographies or autobiographies to read, but they're not really prominent people. They're usually like social movements.
I'd like to read that and how he forced out the electric makers that had the better cars at the time.
I'm sure that's what the book is all about.
Yeah, he forced them out. Him and some other business people forced them out. Electric cars were way popular before gas ones, even more so. We didn't see in 2028.
That would be great. I hope they do one here. That would be amazing. But yeah, so as I was saying, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, Mitch Albom, pretty much all of his books are very, there's a Christian undertone to them, but he doesn't make it central to the story, which is nice. Obviously, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, you know. But if you take that out and just do it non-judgmentally and just look at it second, it's really good. It was really good. I'm very, very impressed by all of his books, and I'm ready to read the next one.
Yeah, he doesn't force that tone too much, which I like, but it's definitely there.
It's there.
And I'm wearing my burnt orange. It's one of my favorite colors. It's a Texas color, y'all. University of Texas, Longhorns, burnt orange, but this is not for Texas. It is for the Declaration of Independence, and I forgot what he called this character. We got this at the gun show yesterday. Hidden or something is his name. Well, the artist created it specifically, but...
That's interesting. Yeah, the book club was fun. Reading a book by Draconis Blackthorn. I'm not sure who that is. We'll have to look that up.
My ears are popping.
Spicy. That would be so cool, like, to actually go to that. I need to really push up. But yeah, no, I would go to something like that for real.
Melbourne, Florida? He must be Melbourne, Florida. I can do that one.
Perhaps. Probably. If it's Melbourne, Florida, then absolutely.
I thought you meant Australia.
I went straight to Australia in my head, too, if that's the case.
Hey, but if it's Florida, we could probably do it.
I don't know why I wouldn't think Melbourne, Florida, because it's right around, 2.5 hours from us, maybe. Probably not even 2.5 hours from us. Maybe 3. I don't know.
As long as it's not when CrimeCon is.
Yeah, the international is Melbourne, Australia. See, you're making shit up, Bradley.
Well,
I'm not interested in a demo for an EHR through my personal phone.
Oh, Australia.
But yeah, we need to look at that and kind of see, because I would be interested in something like that. What else you reading? Is that it?
Name of the Wind, which I'm haven't read too much of, and Chaos That Can Harbor by Levi Hyde, which is a cool fiction book about some ghosts at a queer camp and different things, and I'm just getting into that one, which is Chaz Bogan. And then my Black Rose Witchcraft stuff, which I really need to work on this week, because I have a live meditation with Storm next Saturday, so I gotta do some work because I have to talk about it.
It'll be fun.
I enjoy his energy. It's very like cool, hyper enough, like it matches mine. What are you reading?
Yeah, funny you should ask. I was wondering
I've been
if you
dying
ever
to
would.
know. What? I've been dying here sitting waiting for you to tell us. What are you reading?
Are you okay?
I'm kind of like, there's a moment when I'm
You can go outside and run around the block if you need to.
metabolizing the pills.
Just go
And it's a
outside
weird-
and run around.
It's kind of a weird spot for like.
At some point, you're going to have to go outside and run around, because I'm going to put you out. So,
Ooh.
Beige watched the remake of Charmed and the Discovery of Witches. I could get into that. I didn't like the new Charmed. I didn't like it. Not that it was bad. It just wasn't for me.
Can I ask a question real quick? Or after you go, I'll ask.
Go ahead.
I think this is the name of the show. Has anybody watched this witchy show? I think it's called I, Tabitha or something. Am I saying it right? You know what I'm talking about? I really want to watch it. I have to look it up. It's supposed to be pretty popular, modern, like series on witches. I thought it was Tabitha, I, Tabitha, not Sabrina. Okay, I'll be quiet. Nobody knows anyway.
Y'all are funny talking about your spicy books. We have a connection. Connections have been made. I love it. I've been reading a lot of different books. I did also finish The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, which the twist at the end was really crazy. Again, I do recommend it. You should check that out.
Tabitha? Maybe that's it. Or Tabitua? I can't read the words.
That says Tabitha.
Tabitha, but I do want to see it. I think that's it. You know? Tabitha.
I can't make it any larger.
You mean Tabitua? Yes, Tabitha. Okay, be quiet.
I have been doing a lot of work in the Esperanto book, the textbook that we got, which has been really nice. I've been really cooking on Duolingo, and I'm able to introduce myself and do a couple of other things. And I have already a few favorite words. Paranormal, you absolutely can, just like you guys did with me. If you want to put it in
Books or Alchemy? Is it still there?
Yeah, Books or Alchemy is where I would recommend it. I can pin it. If you just do it kind of like in one swoop, we can do it that way.
Hey, petite.
But yeah, you can post it anytime you want.
Hey, petite.
So, actually, being that you're right, you do
Who's
need
the
a slot
slut?
because, it would be considered NSFW on Discord, and we want to make sure that it's it's safe
Who's a slut?
for people. So, there is a section, but I think that's just a very there's 4 people in it. So we'll create a spot. It will be I'll probably put it in the sacred circles because it'll need to be adult themed. And we'll put it underneath. Yeah, we'll put it underneath. Where do I want to put it with the book one? I think I'd be better with the books. Where do I have book? Where is that? Books or Alchemy is in the Community Forge. Spicy books. We're going to create the channel.
You want a ma petite?
And then I need to age restrict it.
My petite.
All right, so we have age restricted.
She's a baby. She's my coochie coochie.
It will hide inactivity, and there you go. It's called Spicy Books, and it's right underneath Books Are Alchemy.
Sluts Are Us, you should have called it.
So yeah, there we have a spot. I know we have a ton of rooms, and I apologize for that, but we might consolidate at some point. But yeah, we have a lot there right now.
Munalu.
Let me pause this too. See how difficult it looks now? Oh, because you need it like ancient eyes.
You can change it.
Nope. I am reading The Way of Hermes, which is the Corpus Hermeticum and the letters to Asclepius. I don't know what it's actually called in that part, but it's been really cool. Hi, Squeaky. It's been really cool. I know a comment. So Joy, when she was in last week talking about Hermetics, and then I think somebody else commented on the monotheisticism of Hermetics, and I can absolutely see that in this writing now. Like, it's very clear. However, I'm still applying it in an animistic and polytheistic way for myself. But yes, there is a lot. Like, it's literally the Genesis story, I think. And if you read it, it's like it makes more sense. It's like I think it's the story before the story of the Bible. To be honest, in my opinion, the Bible's ripped off of it. But I have my own cognitive dissonance to work through on that, but I'm treating it very scholastically, maybe?
Scholastically.
Academically, where, I'm going section by section and notating my thoughts on it and what I think it means, and then I'm going to compare it to like an e-notes book of some sort, in like a Cliff Notes version at the end. So I'm reading that. And God Speaks Again, or God Speaks, is that what it's called?
God Speaks Again.
I made another couple of pages into that. I'm going very slowly into that. Ben, have you read the Corpus Hermeticum, I think is what it's called, or The Way of Hermes, or something similar? Just curious. I don't know if it was you or Hootless that kind of mentioned that, but I thought it was very, very neat.
Burn another one.
You burn another one.
I will. You told me to burn another one?
Burn another one.
Will you hold my petite?
No.
Please?
Of course, I will hold my petite. Are you kidding me?
When I do that, I'll take you right back, sweetie.
No.
I love that you're my baby.
Oh,
maybe if I gave you the pillow, would that help you hold her?
No. It's just, I don't mind holding her. She just doesn't stay with me. She usually wants to go back to you.
Hey, petite.
Yeah, we gotta cut your nails, girl.
Yeah, I love you.
Oh, yeah. She's got crossing nails. We gotta cut them.
Can't do that, petite.
Oh, Jesus Christ, child. I got it. Doesn't watch where his hands go either. You would have seen.
I'm a fire spirit.
You're a spirit. Like, you're always on alcohol spirits. The way you act. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I can't remember who wrote it. It might have been Ben. I hate saying Ben because I know that's not your name. But Ben Jehovah. Sounds funny when I say it out loud.
Ben Jehovah.
By design, I know. But yeah, so it's very interesting. It's very it's a creation story. It talks about how the heavens were created, the seven circles of heaven, and the seven gods of heaven. That creates. So it's very, very different, but I don't know, something speaks to me in it that's still metaphorical. Like it's I still don't see it, just like with the Bible, I don't think it's historical. Even though I do tend to believe that Jesus was a historical person. I don't know.
And then the people were hysterical.
That is true. I've not started the sex magic book. But it's in my book bag. I just need to get caught up on a few things and be ready to go. Sorry, baby. I didn't mean to kick you in the face. My baby. Sorry.
Didn't they say there's some self-exercises to do?
Yeah. There are some self-exercise. And yes, we are going to, on our next book club, that will definitely be on the topic list. So I'm sure I won't have it done by then, but I would like to get in a few pages to have something to talk about. And I'm reading a mindfulness book, which is a Harvard Business Review, and I'm taking voice notes on a lot of these like nonfiction books to kind of build the sources for our coaching program that we have put in place. So have some really good resources now for that and processes. You know that.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've given Twisted Nipples her copy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very clear when you read some of the increased text that it was very much felt that way. That you can definitely read that out, so I understand a little bit more.
Where did I put
what you were talking about?
Twisted.
Did you buy 3 copies of it?
I did. I don't know where I put Twisted Nipples copy.
Okay, well, good luck finding it.
I gotta find it.
I'm good. Twist a nipple.
I did. I did buy 3.
Before we jump into our topic, which I'm always going to talk about hermetics, that's a favorite thing of mine. I did want to talk about our moon because we skipped it a couple times and people started asking about it. So today is a new moon.
New moon.
New moon. The moon is currently in Gemini. So when we talk about the moon being in a constellation, when it's crossing or passing that constellation, or that zodiac, I should say, actually, we're really talking about the energies that complement the new moon. So if our new moon is this darkness, this empty, not empty, hidden, very powerful time to start something energy, and we add the Gemini into it, we get the feeling of things are going to be very spastic and energetic and hyper and all over the place in a good way.
That sounds like me.
I'm surprised you're not a Gemini sometimes. But if you're interested, you can look at lunaf.com and kind of get some information from there.
And it's for Luna's fuck. I think it's a pretty cool name. Oh, that's not what it means?
No.
Oh, it was for Luna's fuck.
So Gemini is a mutable zodiac sign marking the spring's end. So we're going into summer. So you think about that transition. The ruler is the Mercury, which is a masculine zodiac sign. It's air, mostly, but also has the quality of day and kind of a yang energy to it. So really thinking about Mercury and being mercurial, what does mercurial mean? Rook, do you know?
Mercurial.
I'm going to look it up.
I'm not really sure.
You are mercurial.
What does it mean? Unpredictable changes in mood or mind.
Subject.
Oh, yeah.
To sudden unpredictable changes in mood or mind characterized by rapid, frequent fluctuations.
I am mercurial.
Used to describe somebody who's rapidly between extremes, going from joyful to irritable in a heartbeat.
That is definitely true.
What else? Very changeable. Originates from the Roman god Mercury, which describes what? Eloquence, quick-wittedness, or speed. But yeah, so that's where we are with the new moon. So this, if you are following like the energies and how those things work, the new moon is a really good time to start something new or do energy building and initiations. So initiations to new projects, initiations to new thought processes, systems, and forward movement into thing. And yes, Mercury represents the god Hermes and the god of message. So if you remember, Mercury has the boots with the wings on it, right? And that was to give him speed to deliver messages of the gods.
The messenger Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Capricorn, Aquarius cusp. Very nice, Kelvin. I am a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Taurus rising. So Earth, Earth, Earth.
I think I'm Sagittarius. Wouldn't you say? Earth for you.
I need a pause screen in here. I'm gonna add that so that people can't see me when I smack you. Not that I ever would.
Not that you ever have.
So yeah, I wanted to hit that because I know some people were asking about that. Yeah. All fire there too. I am definitely Earth. So, but I have really been pushing out into other element energies and other element ideas and things. I've always been hyper in tune or thoughtful of elements. I think it's a very neat way to approach things and to kind of categorize things very easy for me. So I know we were talking about the whole idea of the water of earth, the fire of earth, the air of earth, and those kind of things. So not an expert in that, but there are some really neat ideas about that and how that works. So just thought that was cool. Um. So. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the zodiac stuff, right? Like I definitely feel like it's an energetic thing to kind of incorporate and consider. But I don't think it directs or holds true like impermanence, if that makes sense. Hey, why don't you lay down, booger?
Lay down, petite.
You just lay down. Come on. Stop looking at me. Lay down. Your feet are hurting my leg. I mean, your feet are hurting my leg. Your feet are hurting my arm. See, she wants to come back to you. Look at that.
She's not.
She's twisting her neck all the way around.
Come here, petite. Oh, that makes me so.
She just
loud.
won't lay down with me for some reason lately.
Her.
She used to just lay in my arms.
Can I have petite?
You know, I think there is, to me, I think there's a lot of wisdom in elements. It's interesting because, yeah, that's funny. I was looking up Danny McBride. He would be a good EO coetting. Oh, don't get me started on EO coetting. We have some stories that we could talk about there. We don't curse in this house, though. At least not that way. We do lots of other curses in this house, just not that kind. That'd be a topic we could talk about one day too. But man, that'd probably be on Discord because you know that. Really, I've never heard of him, but I also am not good at keeping track of actors, unless there's a huge impact somehow. Which for me has really been Viola Davis, probably among many, and oh my God, Angela Bassett. Those two, holy hell, shit. Like, they can act anything. It just doesn't matter. Like, anything. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to look him up and see what else he's been in. Yeah, you know, I've heard that before. Racism for liberal white ladies. I have heard that. Which I think is kind of funny. And honestly, I think it's also kind of true to a degree. But I really try to focus on the idea of it as a system, right? So for me, when I think of elements, I think of what I call dual elements. I know I didn't create it because I thought I did actually, but other people have experienced this, but I just didn't know it, and I created it on myself on my own separately. When we do our workings, we light 2 candles for every direction instead of 1. One candle is lit for our realm, and 1 candle is lit for the ethereal or astral realm. Insofar as you have the earth that's in earth, and you have the earth that's in the mind or the all, and you have the air that's on earth and our universe, the physical air that's with us, and then you have the air in the mental or the all. So I kind of do this thing I call dual elements, and it's something I actually teach as a practice, as an intro practice to calling the corners and stuff like that. So very, very much big on elements myself too. That book I shared yesterday, it's an easy read, but it really does a good job of getting an introduction into the elements and what it means to be the fire of water, the earth of water, the air of water, and why there is no water of water. It does go through that too, but it explains it very nicely. And to be honest, I learned it at one point, and I cannot re-explain it now. I'd have to go back and look at the book again, but it's a good book by Ivo Dominguez, who's a pretty good author. I've liked most of his stuff that I've seen. Some of it is a little baby witchy, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just not something I'm really interested at this point. So, but that Elements one is really good. It is really good. The Righteous Gemstones, we do not have HBO Max. We do not have cable at all, or apps. We have just Hulu and YouTube and Netflix. But we're also not against buying stuff on Apple TV and things if it's up there, so I'll look that up. Write that down. The Righteous Gemstone. Oh, I can mark it in my thing here.
Oh, do you?
I want to flag that. Highlight that. We're highlighting the Righteous Gemstones. So,
baby petite. She's my sweet.
Yeah. And so the Vampire Lestat, is that a TV show or is it a movie?
Petite.
And then we'll get into our topic for the day. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna leave Danny McBride up there too, so don't forget. Vampire Lestat. I feel like I don't. This is the okay. So this is based on the original book by Anne Rice. I love this. It's marking things for us. The speaker will look up the show Righteous Gemstones on Apple since they don't have HBO Max. This speaker is Salann. Say your name.
This speaker is Rook.
Thank you. Just for the record, if you guys don't know, I'm using an AI program to give us a synopsis afterwards, so I can't miss all this stuff, and I don't have to worry about taking notes, which detract from being here with you guys together. So, have not watched The Vampire Lestat. Sounds like it is a movie.
Cool.
Who lists the Queen of Cups is water.
Righteous Gemstone.
Just water. And yeah, it's interesting to look at it if you look at that book, it's very, very interesting to see kind of what it is. I don't know why I feel like you really get the humor. Yes. I will look it up. I will definitely look that up. But have not seen The Vampire Lestat.
Petite. Sounds like a good story, though. I wonder if The Vampire Lestat is good to read.
Anybody read the book? I tend to like to read books before watching shows, but I do like watching the shows of things, too. So in The Hanged Man, if you perceive, and because I think people perceive them differently, but if we perceive the Hanged Man as a card that is of water, I see the Hanged Man very much air, but then you apply those different elements to each one. So that's just one way to look at it. But I mean, that's a show all in of itself too. I am not saying that, but I will potentially put the book that is spelled Propaedeumata Aphoristica. Propaedeumata Aphoristica, maybe by Lord D. Well, yeah, I will look that up. You know, I'm all about having some books. Yeah, so I don't particularly see the Hanged Man as water so much, but if that's the what we're going with and what you're looking at it and what you feel with it, then he would be water, but you would express him in the air of water, the fire of water, and the earth of water. But then as water, it's the element itself. Because I do believe in my readings, the way I work is that every card has every element in it. In the major arcana, they're more balanced cards because they're bigger systems and ideas. So I don't generally assign a single element to them, but I do understand why people do that. It's just not a way that I generally do it. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff you can do with elemental understandings. That's really cool. So we've got some videos and books to watch. Has anybody else read Anne Rice's Vampire Lestat? Is it a spicy book or just a vampire book, or is it a mildly spicy vampire book? I'm curious.
I read some books by Anne Rice about adult versions of fairy tales like 20 years ago. They're really good. Like The Claiming of Beauty and all this stuff. Yeah. They're really good.
Yeah, that's neat. I like stuff like that. And yeah, generally speaking, the Golden Dawn is and the basis of the Golden Dawn is really what kind of pulls underneath all of those things. Like I said, I don't particularly follow them, so I don't really know much about the traditional elements. And I think we talked a little bit before, like the Zodiac. I'm not as familiar with the Zodiac's implications in the tarot. I learned tarot in a very intuitive way first, and then went backwards and got the meanings out of it. So it was very swift. There's a new word. We now have developed a new word. Swift. I have no clue what my purpose was at saying that either.
Oh, please.
That is hilarious.
Did you like him, Lord Kelvin?
Just take her with you. God darn it. See, she lays down for you. It's okay, Premi. You stay with me. Guys, this dog, Primrose, it's swift. We need to define a meaning for our new word, swift. swip means they were swapped and swiped aggressively at the same time. I think that's what it means. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it look and see if there's an Esperanto word, and we'll make our first new Esperanto verb. Verb noun. Nounjective. Verbjective. We'll mix it up. Which, by the way, Ziggy! Hey! Welcome. If anybody is interested in practicing Esperanto with us, I know pretty sure Hootless will, and of course Rook and I are doing it. I know Twisted Chaos is learning it a little bit too, but if anybody else is interested in Esperanto, we are going to really make it an effort to really learn it, really do it. So if you're interested in learning an auxiliary language like Esperanto, would love to like engage a small group. We're going to make a little STEM section in our Discord. Rook and I were talking about this earlier, so there'll be, and I know our Discord is way too big. There's way too many things in there. But you know, it's my brain. But we're gonna make a section called STEM for, you know, science, technology, engineering, and math. And in that section, we're going to have a languages section. So if you guys want to connect with other people that know other languages, first up for us is Esperanto, because it was designed to be a secondary language, an auxiliary language for everybody. So no matter if you know Spanish, English, British, right? I know. You know, whatever the language is, Esperanto is something you can learn. So very cool. I am so obsessed with it now. I am glad you brought it to us. Hootless, and hopefully we will become conversational with it, because I would love to go out to a kava bar one day and have a full conversation in Esperanto and have people like, what the hell are you speaking? Because that, you know, is my life. So sorry, had to change a note. But yeah, so we'll definitely be interested in that and having that. But if there's other conversational things that you guys want to do, we're going to put that in there too. So there'll be spaces in there for everybody. Toki Pona, please don't sell him. Tell Rook, because he's going to want to do another one too, because that sounds really cool. Toki Pana, though, I've never heard of. What is that? Toki Pona, I mean. Sonia Lang, in 2001, minimalist and Taoist principles, focuses on simple concepts, living in the present. That's cool. Great. I'm going to have to check that out, but Esperanto is still going to be the primary. I got to do one at a time. Yes, Hootless. You and Rook, same boat. We talked about this before, but I think that would be cool to learn too. Like, just to know, if it's only 100 words, that's something you can rote learn and really go through it, and have that as kind of like you said, like a constructed language that's philosophical in nature. It looks like, but I would love stuff like that. I think that's super cool. So now we got that on the list too. I want to look that up, but. Yes, if anybody's interested in that, and if you're not interested in Esperanto, that is perfectly okay. We will set up the channel in a way that if you have something else you would like to, you know, talk to people in or learn about, we're going to have that section. Again, not just languages really too, but it was really going to be just like a STEM channel where, you know, people can go for very specific academic and things that are like that from a perspective of non-witchy, because those are really cool. Hootless, you should do that. That's awesome. That is really cool. I can't imagine what that would do. I do not have the brain for that. I definitely have the synaptic mind. Like, I like to get into many things, but I do have the ability to put my focus where I want it, unlike somebody with ADHD, so I appreciate that. But Esperanto is going to be a thing. I'm going to push this through really hard and keep Rook on board with it, because you know, if you don't use these things, you do lose them. You have to have the conversations, and you have to to really be involved and engaged in order to remember or utilize something, and that's important to me that we use it. So I know at least in my direction, what I've wanted to do is Esperanto and then American Sign Language. Rook wants to learn Tagalog, which I think is really cool, but I don't know if it would be very beneficial to us. But that, of course, is potentially on the list. Tokipona is now going on the list. And yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff now that we're going to have to do. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine. Let's see. I want to well, I'm kind of stalling now, waiting for Rook, because I would like him to be part of this next conversation that we're going to talk about, which is our main conversation. Stem will be right underneath if some of you may not have access to the Inner Grove, so it's going to be right underneath our sacred circles, or maybe sacred circles. So you'll see it in there. We're going to set it up as a forum, so for languages. So there'll be a forum for each different type of language. And you will see that it is already starting to be developed out. And we're going to we're going to do a new thread. And this thread is going to be on Esperanto. Esperanto. I'm making all kinds of new words.
Esperanto. Saluton, saluton, saluton.
Bonvolu.
Bonvolu. Milojas.
Bonvolu mi amikoi.
Milojas Unoso. What's the United States?
Usono.
Usono.
Or usonon, depending.
Milojas Usono.
Now, unfortunately, we have another one we're going to have to learn, which I think is going to be very easy, I hope, called Tokipona.
What?
Uh-huh.
What's Peppercona?
I think Hootless is a bad influence on us.
Oh, I hope that's Hawaiian.
I don't know if it's Hawaiian or not, but
what's Takapona?
I'll show you in a minute. So we now have some threads in STEM. Now, why aren't the threads showing? I do not like.
My name is Petite.
The forum stations sometimes. I just. I don't know why they're not showing in here. Like. I don't know. They should be in there and they're not. Be the first to start the conversation. I just did. I just created 2 brand new things to put in here. Anyway, so we're gonna have to catch up on the stream in a minute, but hold on.
Yeah, I want to see what Hootless is saying, because it might be something like Tagalog that I like.
No, we talked about that too.
Well, I need something Tagalog.
Brad, hold on. There we go. I don't know what happened to the other ones I made. Maybe I put them in the wrong place. We'll see if we can't find it. But now we have our Esperanto and Tokipono sections. And if you want to start a new thread on any language that you want, please do under the languages section. And if you have a very specific science topic or any of the STEM things are related or anything like that, let me know. And we're going to add it to it. So we're going to catch up on chat, you guys. I've got to go back a little bit. Hootless talks about squirrel and swip, and he swips his obsession, which we've determined that swip means aggressively swiped and swapped at the same time.
Oh, that's me.
So that's swipped.
I swip.
So he swips obsessions, which we're gonna end up swipping too because you. No desire to learn another language. Squeaky, completely understand that. Tokipona is minimalist, about 100 words. Really like it. I've actually thought about engineering. That one we talked about. That would be cool. If you do that, I will be your first learner, Hootless. I think a tarot-based language would be really cool. And then you make your first tarot-based language, and then you maybe a noun, a verb, and an adjective somehow. How that works, I don't know. Hootless has never tried Tagalog. I mentioned that you wanted to learn it. I think Tagalog is a very neat language. I've heard a lot of friends speak it. I dated somebody, a Filipino for a really long time. Not a really long time, but for a while. And I, enjoyed hearing the language. It's a very pretty language to me. I like guttural languages. I like African languages. Just the way that they sound and the different tones, I just really enjoy. I really like how it sounds. I'm not a big romance language person, like the French and all that stuff. And it's just, je suis le jeune fille, not as cool to me as the clicking, and even Mandarin. It just sounds really neat to me, although I think that's outside of my scholastic capability. So let's see. I do plan to watch Masters of the Universe. I do want to see that too. Cool idea. Let's maybe a small noise at the end of the word just to specify. That would be so cool. Y'all, you got to do it, man. You got to do it now. I recommend Jan Masalli's tutorial. I think I'm a little bit getting out. What is that, Hootless? There's a cool idea. So I apologize because the chat moved so fast and I was waiting for Rook installing. I don't know exactly what we're responding to here. So we say, is it Esperanto only or is English allowed? Are you talking about the channel that we've created or well, I don't know. We'll have to do that.
It has to be English for me too.
What is Jan Masalli's tutorial? I want to know what that is. Maybe that's Tokipona too. I don't know. Feels like something Paleolithic. Yes, I already pulled the website up. It looks really cool. 78 words, one for each card. Very cool.
What is that one?
I already forgot. Too many dead languages. I get it. Tokipona. Oh, he wants to make his own Conlang, which is a constructed language. I'm assuming. I saw the word and I assumed that's what it meant. Yes, Squeaky. I spent 7.5, almost 8 years of my life learning Latin. Which is a great language, but a bear to frickin' learn. And I'm not taking it back up.
I'm going to look up Tokipona.
Jan Masalli's a Tokiponist. So, okay.
I missed it.
He teaches Tokiponi. Got it.
What is Tokiponi?
That's okay. I appreciate. Good God, I'm making other words. We have a new we have a new word. Appreciate. Appreciate is the new word. When we appreciate something and preach it at the same time because we are hyper and probably on Kratom or Kava. So we now appreciate and we swip.
Swahili.
Swahili?
Dog, cat, or lion. Animal. Swahili. For animal.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna look at that separately. I think that'd be very neat. Klingon, yes, that is cool. Another conlang, I think. I don't know what that means.
Ooh, it's my characters.
Yeah, dude, Japanese, Chinese, those things seem so hard to me. I don't think I could manage it. So power to you. The cool thing about a language like Esperanto is you can use the roots to make so many more words, and new words are being added all the time to the library still, which I think is awesome. And it was designed to be everybody's second language, so easy to learn. So if somebody who speaks Chinese, Japanese, and somebody who speaks English, and everybody learned this second language, we'd be able to communicate in a way with people that otherwise can't. Now, I know in my lifetime, Esperanto is not going to become widespread. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. So it's kind of like a little occult thing, which I actually kind of like. I think that's neat. But it would be cool if other people would learn it. But again, that's sign language is one thing I want to do. I like to communicate with my hands. I remember a couple of the words. I remember how to count, which you do count differently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tokipona has some sign language.
6. Yeah. So things like that. I like Hootless. I like what Ben Jehovah said. Maybe adding a certain sound to the end of cards to denote some specific meaning, or maybe bring it all together and have the tarot a sound and emotion that can change the card, so you can still have 78 words that can mean up to 3 times that many different things. Actually, more than that. So anyway, got off topic. We haven't even started our topic yet.
Is Jan Latan the one that Hulis was talking about?
For Tokipona?
Yeah, Lupusona Pona course.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Lukitona Pona online.
So we're going to look it up here.
Course. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's 120 to 140 basic words now.
So really, it's animals.
She said it's very fun and simple. There are glyphs. So it's something that's going on my list, but I don't think I'm going to put it on learning for right now.
Tokipona.
I don't think I'm ready.
Tokipona. Jan is like Mr. and Mrs. and Tokipona Witch.
Like what is it? Adding san to the end of a word, like Mr. Miyagi-san. It's a term of Mr. or Mrs. or I think endearment for that. Okay. I think is what that is. That's okay. Look, we're good. We got it figured out. Mine stuff does it too. But all right, we're gonna switch into our topic. Tokipona. I'll go for the whole entire freaking day on this.
I'm gonna learn Tokipona.
But guys, if you know another language and you'd like to speak it with other people and help people learn it, we're going to use that STEM channel with languages. If you are interested in learning another language like Esperanto, we're in Duolingo doing it right now. Please, if you have Duolingo, add us. We'd love to learn. The more people that learn it in our sphere, the better it'll be, because we'll be able to communicate and have our own little thing that there is a worldwide movement for it. So maybe one day it will become larger.
Do people speak Tokipona, or is it dead?
I think so. Yeah, it's a language in this century too, so it's a little different.
It's cool because the characters are like little pictures.
Yeah, that's what it said. The little glyphs. Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to shut up because I've been carrying while you've been away.
Tokipona.
And would absolutely again love for any of you guys to share. Same thing, Squeaky. Look, we can have a channel on swear words if we want to make a list of swear words in our languages section. I am okay with that. You know what? As a matter of fact, I want to do that anyway.
I wonder if Adius would learn us for it.
I'm going to mention it to him. I don't know if he would or not, because he's already bilingual.
He knows a lot. He knows what Spanish and
English, and he does. There's something else that he talks a little bit.
Hey, you stop it. No, ma'am. She's not bothering you. Hey, you stop it. No, ma'am. Leave the pussy alone. Good pussy. Good pussy. No, stop bothering the kitties. They're not bugging you now. Lay down.
All right, we now have a swear word channel. All right.
Let's see what this is.
Now I'm gonna hand it over to you. You've got to get started on this conversation because
12 days of Soma Tokipona.
Like I said, let's start on our content, sir.
I'm gonna learn.
We're gonna start on our content. Rook is now speaking.
Woo! All right, walking different paths together. So, are you and your partner's spiritual paths similar or different? Similar or different? I think ours are similar but different.
I think ours are similar but different. I think when we met, they were very different.
Very different, yeah.
And I think what's very interesting about it is I have definitely stayed a path. We've gone through different cycles together, but we have different outcomes for each one, which is cool. And we internalize them very differently.
Like, I think when we met, at that point then, I was really looking towards Unitarian Universalists.
Just in general?
In general. Definitely not like any kind of pagan or thing like this. So wasn't even thinking about that. I was so happy to have found the accepting religion, Unitarian Universalist. But
yeah,
I was like, well, I would never have thought about what do you mean like a witch? I mean, I grew up Baptist. What are you talking about?
When I met you, I don't think I said anything about being a witch, did I?
Nope.
I don't even remember when I first brought that up, but I'm very, very careful with people because the term witch is just so loaded. But I've considered myself a witch since I was 14. I did cycle out and consider myself very Christian for a while, but very non-denominational. I did not like any churches. And that's why when you brought Unitarian in, that was the right time for me to cycle back in. because it brought me right back to where my roots felt, and I felt everything come flooding back. And then of all the things that we've done, the most impressionable to me has been Druidry.
Yeah,
Just the style of living, and Welsh, really Welsh, and nature, the nature-based version of it. So we've adapted very differently, which I like. I like the fact that we believe differently, and we have different, like, we have not called to the same deities at all. But do you? I guess before you even go to that, how do, and I know we talked about this before, but for the chat too, how do you guys describe your belief system in the shortest way you can, and if you're okay with us reading it and sharing it? If you're not, just don't, you don't have to, but like, what would you call yourself, and what is your practice? Like, do you do ritual? Do you consider yourself Christian, monotheistic, polytheistic, duistic, deistic, I guess is really the best term for me, really, animistic, what, all those things? What do you think? Like,
if I could, and this is a very basic word, but it would be similar to eclectic, but that's, I don't even know if that's the right word. It would be something that meant everything or all, because I really think that everything is pretty much the same with different words and different not actions, different activities, really. So if it were something to mean all or everything or one, something like that, because I literally take from everything. I can find something in every path that I like that resonates.
It sounds like that is just universalist.
Yeah, I would say that probably, but with a more like pagan flair. I don't know. Is there such a thing? Everything spiritually means being life is a seamless, interconnected experience. I mean, if it's universalist, hey, that's a good word.
Yeah, pantheism is a way to describe some of that stuff. So, but that's a little bit more specific, I think. So we'll get to that. Our sound should be working. Let me know if you guys. We did have a lag hiccup there. There was a encoding lag on our computer. We have to start looking for another computer here soon. Yeah. Because this one's it's not updating anymore, and it's starting to have some trouble. But
I could see a lot that I would go with the a lot. I really like metaphysical humanism.
That's what I was going to say.
I think that out of anything, if I have to put a word, I would say that really resonates. Just overall, there's nothing in it I really don't agree with. You know what I mean? Like, it would be that one. But sorry, it was.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then for me, it's deistic pagan, definitely metaphysician. And the metaphysical humanist is really, I think, a great kind of summation to it. I pull from everywhere, and it's just very, very, I don't know what the word is. Very hard to pin down. I use eclectic pagan just because eclectic usually references the witchcraft side of things, though, like, because you're pulling all the witchcraft, so it's not really a belief system.
Yeah.
Unitarian and Universalist fits better because I pull from everything, but I don't consider myself a Unitarian Universalist. So it's really hard to kind of express. I stopped looking for a name. It was so important. We've talked about this before. It's so critical to me to find a name. Yeah. What am I? And I finally just determined, like, it's just, I don't need to. It's okay. I am what I am, and I believe what I believe, and it changes. So I don't need to change my name or change my faith. So pagan just fits kind of everything. I do believe animistically to a degree, and deistically. I believe God is existing, and it is in everything, more of a universal energy than a personified energy. I do not believe in the God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, insofar as that is the path, but I do believe that it exists, but in a different way, if that makes any sense.
Like in the Maiden Mother Crone way, like that kind of, like the different aspects? Or?
I do not believe he died on the cross for our sins and resurrected. I believe that he was a person that was trying to do the best he could, and he was a historical figure, and they tried to kill him, and they didn't succeed.
He was a metaphysical universalist.
I mean, by all accounts, he probably was a pagan metaphysician.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I think it was a real person for sure.
You know, I started Wiccan too, but yeah, that's I'm very like Left Hand Path has really informed me. I was very close to becoming Left Hand Path, and I think in a lot of Left Hand Path terms now. The Druidry, very influential. Wiccan, very base influential, meaning that's what like everything is kind of started off of. And the Unitarian has really directed it. And there's some Christian underpinnings in there too. There's still some Christian things. There are moments when I just get the autonomic reflex, the ASMR reflex, where it just goes up your back and you get the whole body chills. And I think God, every time that happens, like God exists. That's immediately what my brain goes to.
I know I've learned a lot from the pagan side of things, from Druidry and Satanism. I think really have been the most influential, because Satanism taught me a lot. I mean,
I can agree
about
with
how
that.
to grow up, how to take responsibility. I really learned a lot from that. And we studied that for like a good year, I think. A good year of almost just dedicated study of that.
Yeah, I went through the whole Temple of Set program book. They are very, very academic, way above my head, but it spoke to me very, very clearly, and it really twisted my. It swept me. I swept from being specifically metaphysical, and there's metaphysics, and there's STEM, and then there's physics, and then there's these different buckets. Left Hand Path kind of threw everything into the same bucket for me and said, "You are the bucket. Stop looking outside for everything." So that was very meaningful. I want to catch up though on your responses. Quaker Pagan, Twisted Chaos. That's awesome. I would love to learn more. I mean, we've talked about this before too. I'd love to learn more about what Quaker is. Like what I know a little bit more than I used to. I know the pathway of comfort and caring of other people, which you exude very much. By any reasonable definition, an atheist, suitless, but believe the physical world is sort of rendered by our consciousness, and we are not really in the bodies the way we think we are. Absolutely can hop on that board too. Interestingly, when people talk about atheism, some of my favorite YouTubers are atheists. And I like how they think. I like the way that they apply things. And sometimes I think of myself as being somewhat atheist because I don't picture things in the way of God. Even though I use the terms because it's easier. Like I don't picture God as God. I picture energy as God as an energy source that we're all a part of and all able to be in the image of, but not, you know what I mean? So in a way, some similarities there, but yeah, I get that. Kelvin, Left Hand Path in the house. Satanist. Love it.
Hail Satan, hail yourself.
Paranormal, was raised Catholic and became Wiccan at 17. Never went back. You love your path. Learning more every day. That is amazing.
That's awesome.
I want to say something really clear about Wiccan and Wicca. There is way, 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 way too much, too many people who say that, Wicca is a great starting religion. It's for beginners. And some people treat it that way in the occult. And I just want to say out loud that I was Wiccan for many years, and I did not leave Wicca because it wasn't a good religion. I moved on to something different because something else spoke to me. And I find it a disservice when people kind of treat Wicca as if it's a bad thing or a juvenile thing. And I just want to say it out loud that it is not. It is its full own thing, and I'm very proud of you for sticking to it and doing what you do.
There's many wonderful and beautiful traditions and things in Wicca that really formed a lot of modern practice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love Wicca.
Hootless updates with alternatively a non-practicing deist. That dude, the way just reading that phrase, that fits me even better than I was thinking. I kind of feel
YOLO
that. I think the problem is with being atheist, agnostic, deist, any of these things is I don't know what God is. So I can't really call it. And when I say God is in everything, I'm not like picturing the crab god in crabs. It's things are all part of it. So it's really, really interesting. Squeaky silence, eclectic, pagan, Norse leaning. Love that. A lot of Norse impact too, which I need to pay a little more attention to because that comes and goes a lot in my brain practice. Wiccan got you into magic, but you couldn't agree with most of the beliefs. Squeaky for Wicca for me, that's been a thing. Rook, what do you think? Like it's the rules is kind of what pulled me away from Wicca a little bit.
A little bit like I know you can.
It's too structured for me.
Yeah, just the part
Hail
about,
Santa.
and it harm not undo what you will. Well, like the whole purpose of our path is, I think that's good in general. You don't want to harm people, but if somebody harms me, it's okay if I do it back or send it back.
There are Wiccans that do believe that and don't follow the read specifically, so that's a very good point.
A witch that my mentor, he said, look what he does, because I asked him about that, like about hexing, because in one of his books, podcast, he talks about the witch that can hex, can't heal. And I asked him about that. So I said, what do you mean, like, specifically? He goes, oh, in my path, in the fairy tradition, they hex some people all the time. He said, but personally, the way I look at it is if somebody is harming me, I will do a hex, but I'll put an out for them in there. Yeah. And I'll say, if the behavior changes, turn this into a blessing. And I thought that was really cool. That was really cool.
I really like that. Mine's a little bit different. Like,
give them an out.
I don't give them an out, but most of my hex and curse style things are apples to apples. Is really how I can say it. Like, I did a tongue binding that was literally apples to apples. If you don't say anything bad about me or anything incorrect, I don't even say bad, anything incorrect, then this isn't going to have any effect. But if you're spreading lies and rumors and aggressiveness and making things hard for me, then it will. And so I kind of build it that way.
That's great. Paranormal.
I want to say something about that.
I love it.
You are ready, Paranormal Witch.
Hey.
But YOLO, raised hella Christian, discovered witchcraft since you were 16. Awesome. I think I was around 14. So yeah, that I discovered witchcraft, and I absolutely love witchcraft as a thing. It's weird calling myself a witch though, because I don't really practice all the time like a witch, but a lot of stuff that we do is very witchy. So pagan just fits better, but yes, witchcraft. I think witchcraft really saved my life because I was in a very dark place and was very much self-loathing, and witchcraft gave me an out. Wicca gave me an out to start loving myself. And then Left Hand Path told me that I not only should love myself, that I should love myself and actually treat myself right.
You know, that's what happened.
But Paranormal's ready. You don't need to wait. You're ready.
Universalists, we're caught up. That church saved me in a way. I was so like down, like sad, depressed, whatever. And it really gave me something to look forward to. And in my opinion, I think the Norfolk UU was way more progressive than this one here.
Yeah.
Like it was way more on my speed, but it really, literally.
What was an inner city?
It literally like thought, oh my God, this is a church. Wait a minute, it's a church? And this church
a congregation.
Gay people, they accept everything. They believe in everything. And it was just so cool growing up. Because the last experience I had with religion was Southern Baptist, a lot of guilt, a lot of shaming, a lot of two-face, a lot of hypocrisy. And to come to find that literally I felt like I was saved. Like in a different way than like the Christian saved, you know?
Yeah.
Like a life, not like a soul.
Yeah, for me, and I didn't use the word saved because I went to my first UU with you. And like I finally felt that there was this, like humanity was okay. Like there was this, like this is what church should be. And I really, really enjoy that. And I enjoy, like, they don't call it the church, they really call it congregation. Because that's what it is. It's a congregation of people. We call it church because it's colloquial. But so with all of that,
do you practice together? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What about your partner? Meaning your spouse, your lover, your best friend, any kind of partner relationship. Do you have what people around you? What do they practice? Are they practicing the same as you? Do they practice differently? Are you guys in a group together? If you're single, like your best friend or your closest friends or your family even, let's talk about how they practice and does that work with you and is it cause friction? Speaking of friction, just going to throw this out there. I learned listening to a couple of psychologists talking about AI on this. If you've ever heard of Diary of a CEO, another really good channel to check out for mental stimulation, Diary of a CEO. Dude's fucking awesome. But they did some conversations about AI. And one of the things that is missing when you're having a conversation with AI to develop things is friction. Humans need friction of a relationship, of physical contact, even mental contact, to kind of create work around things. And that is something that we can't get from AI. So just kind of throwing that out there. If you do use AI for a lot of stuff, either insert your own friction or remember to take that information and use it in real conversations with people that have friction because they cannot take the place of each other. But
I have that book. Lord Kelvin. I need to finish it.
Lords of the Left Hand. Yeah, I get a lot of confusion around the whole Stephen Flowers thing. Like,
yeah, I don't know what.
There's been a lot of conversation, a lot of things that are just weird. So I don't know if you guys know anything about that, what I'm speaking cryptically about. Come on.
But my ex and I could never work. Even pushy about it. I wish I had a partner though. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I know somebody who's Christian and is with a pagan person, and it works for them because that's a Christian who's really following Christ's teachings of saying, look, I don't need to save you if you believe. You believe in something, and he's like, you might call it 10 gods and Hermes, but I just call it God. So I thought that was neat. That's me at the kava bar.
if there was a practice, one part I would be a candle magician. I love candle magic. I've done it so long. I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some candle magic.
Squeaky, when I was thinking about this topic, and when we and Rook were talking about, you're the first two that I thought of, is how you guys seem to be very in tune and connected, but completely separate, but still really in tune, which I think is very, very commendable and very, very neat. So I think that is super cool. And paranormal, yeah, I can see that. What about like your best friend, or if you don't mind, I'm curious, do your kids kind of believe the same way you do? What is their kind of take on things, if they even have one? And if you don't want to answer that about kids, I completely understand. That's fair.
Maybe you look for a friend with benefits that maybe can grow into more. Look, seriously, like somebody for a little fun, a little safe fun that maybe is kind of in the witchy or pagan realm, and then give a little test drive. You know what I'm saying?
Norse pagan is the financier. That's so funny. And best friends have the same beliefs as me, as core beliefs. I love that. The core belief system is, I think, what really unites people, and ultimately, that's not a hard thing to figure out.
What is it?
Your core beliefs. I think what we're learning in chat from the couple of people that have talked is that your close people that you jive with don't need to believe the same thing, but your core beliefs have to be the same, which really all religions should really have similar core beliefs. Help others, be kind, treat yourself and others properly, try to do something that helps the world. Norse pagans. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are either Norse pagan or elite Norse. I would like to more because it speaks to me a lot, but it hasn't kicked off for me.
They like fun.
I do have my bestie learn about Wicca. Yeah, that's awesome. So much learning going on in our world. This is probably the most amazing thing about the show for me has been how much I have learned. I never would have gone into Left Hand Path without you guys. I never would have looked into some of these other ideas. I never would have found Esperanto, which is crazy. All these things that never,
Togopani.
All these things that never would have come about. Kids like magic and have been trying to teach. That's awesome. I love seeing kids learn about magic, and all of that. So that is super cool. YOLO is my bestie, and I teach her what I can. I know you are absolutely a good teacher, paranormal. We've had conversations and we just talk through it, and it just fits. When you write your posts and do your blogs, that's teaching. Everybody teaches in their own way, even Squeaky Silence. Squeaky, I can see you.
He's a good, probably, I think, one-on-one teacher. Yeah. Like with craft and anything. He'd be a great teacher.
I think the vibe I get from you when you're showing people stuff is they have to really be interested in something. So you weed out people that don't really care. And there's not really a lot of people that care sometimes. So finding somebody who's really interested in doing the thing would have to be critical before you'd be willing to spend the energy on somebody, which, can be a hard thing. But everybody in here, teach. YOLO, me and Paranormal Witch might go down on the same path on the left hand, but I don't know if I am because I don't identify, but since my deity is Belial. Okay, that's fair. And YOLO, your deity could change. Mine does periodically. Like I work with different deities in an energy perspective. It changes right now. It's Dionysus and has been for a couple of months. It was Cernunnos for many, many years. And Dionysus historically, long time ago, and that has come back. And I'm feeling a really, really, really strong pull to Ellen of the Ways again. So that's going to be happening probably. Paranormal kids love Pan. Who doesn't? Pan's amazing. And Twisted Chaos kids are Christian, technically Quaker. So with all of those, I love this. Like, you have really close friends and people together that are just not on the same path, even though we have the same cores, which I think is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys do any practice together? We kind of do. Like, we do some crafts together. But I do like my meditations and stuff mostly separate. We probably should do some stuff together
more. We
more.
Do more stuff, some work together.
We've done a couple rituals together that have been nice remembrance, and we've done the larger rituals together with the Kith, and even larger with the UU cups.
And the moon, we've done some full moon ones together, some healing work together.
I think our practice is very similar, but we go about it a little bit differently. Like, definitely from our elemental energies. But yeah, we mostly do our own thing to the mains. I don't paranormal, but I absolutely would love to do some research on that and see if I can find some things for you.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap.
The dentist says
I can't tap my tooth because it would make me scream.
I can't tap mine either.
There it is. I'm looking up. We're gonna share our screen here.
Magic Child.
I want to talk about this. So.
Oh, look at that Will of the Year. That's cute.
This is really cute.
For kitties.
Let me just fix the properties first. And we're gonna go to. All right, guys. So let's look at a couple of things, right? So I just searched pagan books for kids. And My Wheel of the Year.
Ooh,
I actually have
that one.
This is a really good book for middle-aged kids, like teens and tweens. It really is cool for the Wheel of the Year. Enchanted Walk Through the Seasons. So these are all seasons of the year things.
My magical choices.
Oh, that's cute. The Earthchild Handbook. That's cool.
The
Pagan Book of
Girl
ABCs.
Who Drank the Moon.
Oh.
Wow, I didn't know there was this many books.
Me either. I might start getting some kid books. I'd like to read some of these. I know it sounds silly, but...
No, seriously.
We'd read them and then donate them to the UU, to the CUPS program.
These are...
All right.
These actually look really good.
We have a new project now. We're going to make a kids section of magic books.
We got to order some.
Here it is.
I'm going to order kitty books because they're cool, man. They're fucking cool.
Now, we're going to go real quick, and I'm going to look up specific children books about Pan, the deity. I just want to see Gods and Heroes, Mythology Around the World. That looks cool. Alyssa in the World of Olives.
Ooh,
Book 2 of 5. I don't know what that even means. So we're gonna have to do some deeper research on that, y'all, because
Gods and Heroes. It might be on there. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do some digging in some of this, but I don't see
these witchy kids.
And I never transitioned the screen, so we're gonna do this again. Sorry about that. I do that a lot. So these are some really cute books. I have this one, this green one. This is good. The one I said was good for teens. Very easy to read, super cool. I love this one right here. So I recommend it for like maybe 10 and up, probably 12 and up even, or to read to kids. This one looks really cool though. My Wheel of the Year, a celebration of nature magic. And then there's these other ones that seem really cool. An Enchanted Walk Through the Seasons, My Magical Choices. We're gonna get some of these.
The Earthchild's Handbook.
Seriously.
The Girl Who Drank the Moon.
This one speaks really loud. This reminds you of like Shel Silverstein a little bit, doesn't it?
Yep.
Like
My Little Pagan Boo.
Book.
Book
of ABC.
Oh, that is so cute. I'm gonna order some.
Yeah, we're gonna order some of these, and we're gonna review them.
Look to the Moon, Owl Moon. These look great.
And then I looked for specific Pan books. Did not really find anything. We have Gods and Heroes. I don't know if that would be any good. And see, I figured Peter Pan would come out. My story about pandas, yeah. Maybe Pagan Gods. Gods and Goddesses. Learn about paganism with Granny Hulda. Treasury of Greek Mythology. I love these. I'm definitely getting this. So anyway, there are some good books, it looks like, out there. We're gonna have to get into some of those and have some conversations, y'all. I really like that idea.
Very cool.
Mostly do our own thing. Imagine this. He did it. Yeah, we're gonna look at that. I love. Everybody in this room, guys. Why don't we do a project together? If you're interested, write a kid's book.
Oh, I was on your wavelength. We should all write a kid's Pagan book. Pagan book?
Yeah, we can make up a pen name that includes everybody that wants to participate. That would be so much fun.
Oh, yeah. That would be really good. Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. We now have a project.
We have a project. We'll get it published. We have a project. We'll get it published. We have a project. We'll get it published. I'm excited.
It picks up in the microphone, dear.
Sorry. My energy is fire.
The Solstice Badger around Yuletime. That looks really cool. The Earthchild's Handbook. We're going to grab some of these. Like, oh, my God.
Ooh, has she read the Earthchild one?
Yeah, it looks... no, it doesn't look like... She just said it looks really... it is really good. So, yeah, I must have.
Circle Round is from Starhawks.
For the littles.
Oh,
all right.
We got to read these.
Pan, patron of musicians. You're likely to... That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. You're right. We're gonna look, and we're going to see if we can't find some. Mama Dragon has 10 planned. Okay, so we have to make sure we don't step on Mama Dragon's toes. So you do your thing. We don't want to break it up. But that is awesome.
But what would it be?
I don't want to steal somebody else's project they're already working on.
Timmy's First Jewel. Ooh, that's cool.
Don Fluffles.
Timmy's First Jewel.
All right, that is cute, but we're not going to call it that, even though now I want to call our book Don Fluffles.
Fluffies.
Timmy's First Yule. This feels like witchy school doing projects on Sunday. I know, right? I don't know. I do think Wheel of the Year books are important. What I envision in a book, a kid's book, is a kid's book that is usable in different spaces. So, like, I would want to write 2 sections for each page, have it really illustrated, right? Like the Wheel of the Year. And we'd have a section to read for 3 to 5 year old, and a section to read for like 5 to 10 year olds or whatever. You know what I mean? So that they can gain.
I like that. Squeaky.
I don't think that's a kid's book. In my history, that would be cool.
Based on the book.
Yeah, we should do that. Okay. Yeah.
Be kind, bitch.
Yeah. No, that would be so much fun. All right, so we have some ideas we're gonna put out, but yeah, no, there's no chance in hell that we're ever going to pull somebody else's creativity because you guys are amazing. But we'll put something together and try to pull some things out. It'd be fun.
Orgies for Satan.
Yeah. So then it'd be something from like please don't yell at me. But what age? I guess from 2 to 5, 2 to 6, 2 to 6, maybe. Where adults are really going to be reading to the kids, so it's really about the kid the child being able to understand, and then from 8 to 10, it's you want the child to read themselves, right? Or 8 to 12. We have to figure out those times. That would be so much fun.
I tried to float an idea once and it didn't get accepted. Blowjobs for Jesus.
No,
it just was not picked up.
You can write that, but not for kids.
Oh, not for kids. No.
We're talking about kids' books.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Blowjobs for Jesus. That was basically my
swear
youth.
to God.
That's what I was doing.
Just shut up.
Blowjobs for Jesus. Well, it was
Why is Karen texting me on the weekend? Better blowjobs than no jobs, so they say. So yeah, I mean, these are some great ideas. Sorry, I gotta charge my diamond drill.
My square.
Let's continue on our conversation. We went off again as we do, but we'll work on that, the books thing. That's super cool.
So I can give it to you before I leave. My square tarot things are coming today. It says.
Your square tarot things.
They were supposed to come the 21st. The
what are
square
they?
Diamond Arts.
Oh.
Star, the moon, the sun.
That's cool. Mine aren't probably.
Bitches.
So we have talked about what is your path and what it looks like to have people around you on the same or similar path. And what's next, Rook? Get us down to the next segment. Get us moving.
Have they come?
Rook in here. have your paths come more similar? Ours have in some ways, but different in others.
And difference in some because I think, well, definitely even like the thing. I don't know if that's really a path, maybe a way of thinking too. Like, I know I'm very hateful about certain people, and you've been associated by association with me. Like when that one person removed us from the Facebook, like about like things I say and
over
believe.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, and that I'm sorry, but I really feel that when some people die, for me, it is a celebration because although there's still a lot of that energy there, that's one less energy, and it's not that I want them to die, but we can celebrate. Paths become similar. I think they have.
Yeah, we definitely disagree on that.
Yeah, I mean, like when I'm sorry,
but I
when
understand
our president dies, I will celebrate because there's just so many reasons.
I think a lot of people will, but I don't. I just can't. Like,
I'm
it's
not saying
in me.
I hope he does, but we all die eventually, and when
like, I just does, in my mind, I believe that there's still a soul in there, even though I think the meat body fucked it up. And yes, I don't want that meat sack causing problems, and I'll be glad that those problems aren't there, but I still have a lot of empathy for the soul that's behind it.
Yeah, I mean, you're better about that than me. I don't care.
I don't know that it's better. It's just different. Yeah. It's just how I feel, and it's okay to have that difference. It's one of the reasons I'm also very naive with a lot of things, which causes me a lot of stress sometimes. So there's that. So I honor the non-naivety in you for that.
Well. It's not very nice.
But yes, our practice has kind of merged in some ways and separated in others.
Yeah.
I do enjoy sharing some spiritual practices. Like I enjoy meditating together. I enjoy listening to certain music together. I enjoy singing the chants and stuff together. I do like some things private, but it works out because I travel a lot, so I'm away a lot, and so just like personal dedications and invocations I like doing alone. Not for any reason. It's something you can do alone, so I do it in the hotels a lot. You know, when I did a dedication to Carnunos, it's been a couple years now in Texas, it was just nice to do that whole process alone and have what I need there and do it. So yeah, there's some together, some separate. Yeah.
I think like there's some like definitely some of the things like I do for my like school stuff I'm working on is a little bit different. And one of the things that's different I wouldn't have thought of is when you did come up with that dual elements. I thought that was, you know, just brilliant, and I love that. But we should do more together. So have any of your paths with your
Salann,
with your partners differed, diverged? Were you ever close? You're looking at how they judge me about that. I'll never express. People can be highly judgmental. Yeah, and sometimes it's just not worth it to say anything. I get right.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's sad. It shouldn't be that way.
I mean, some people, you know, and I think sometimes I won't say anything just to be, you know, polite because it's just not worth it. It's probably not really good ever to some places discuss that stuff.
Yeah. How do you handle disagreements about spiritual experience? Do you want to talk about that?
Well, I just find it, I like to hear about it and think it's interesting. I really don't have disagreements, I don't think, because I would never, not anymore. Like when I was growing up and younger and stuff, and in the Baptist, I would definitely have disagreements. Same. But now, I don't ever disagree. I just want to hear about it and like,
I don't agree with that. I don't believe that way. Hey,
I can't say, you know, Dyra said something last night that I really like the way she said it. She goes, you know, I can't say that I practice that way, or I can't say, you know, truthfully that I do that. That's kind of a nice way to say it.
Yeah.
But I learn from everybody. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I absolutely
I like to
unequivocally enjoy conversations with Dyra, like truly. Yeah. Like really. Well, thank you for that. We try. We try.
I learn from everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You know, one thing that I've heard people explain is like, I didn't turn to Wicca because I wanted to leave Christianity. I became Wiccan because it
Yeah.
felt right when I was around other Wiccan people, and I felt energized, and I felt more connected to God, and it increased that connection to me. So, agree, Mama Dragon, and yeah, keep going down the thing. I gotta pee.
Ah.
My turn now.
Huh? Oh, your turn to pee.
You don't have to come with me, dog.
Ah. Can two people with very different spiritual beliefs have a healthy and supportive relationship? What do you guys think? I think absolutely. Like, right? The only disagreements I really have is people who try to force their beliefs. Yeah. More connected to which. So, how do you guys all feel? Do you think that two people with very different spiritual beliefs can have a healthy and supportive relationship? I think so, because we do. Salann and I do. The problem with Christianity is that it's mainstream. Most Christians are basically secular. That's a good point. They can, as long as there's mutual respect. Yeah, that's the same. I feel that. And I can see how different paths or beliefs can cause problems, but it shouldn't, you know. Like if you love somebody, that's part of, I think, a relationship. You know, it shouldn't be like that you can't be together or that's a deal breaker. I mean, but that's for me. That's what I think. If you talk to Christians who are serious about their practices, their practices are similar to what you hear from pagans. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. So does a similarity or difference in your spiritual paths affect your relationship? So, you know, what roles does spirituality play in a relationship? Is mutual respect more important than shared beliefs? I think so. I agree with what Dragon said on that. Thank you, Word. I won't mind having a spouse who has. Did you mean different religion than you paranormal, or the same?
Prim has a chip tooth.
Oh, Prim, man.
Sorry.
Oh, she bleeding or something?
It just looks like it's chipped.
Oh.
Give me a hard time looking at it.
It's gotta be possible, even if I've never been able to pull it off. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think so. And is mutual respect more important than shared beliefs? I think so.
Yes. 10,000%. I actually think shared beliefs are not important at all. It's just mutual respect.
Oh, were you saying like you really don't want somebody in the same religion? Paranormal. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I want somebody, again, I go back to the friction that we talked about before. I don't want everybody to believe and think the same way as me. I want them to have the same core beliefs. Like, I'm not going to hang out with unkind people or cliquey people or people that are causing problems. But I do want them to have the same core beliefs of what's important in life.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not specific to religion or spirituality. That's just core beliefs. And I like that we have so many different people in here with very different systems. Same. But I think we all have very similar core beliefs in here. We all want to be, do something good in the world. We all want to be, have an effect on others that's not negative. We all want to do things in different ways. And as long as that's there, I think relationships can do very well with opposing belief systems, as long as those core things are kind of the same.
What about, have you anybody ever had when differences created a strain or a challenge in a relationship, or have those differences ever strengthened the relationship? I've never had it like create a strain.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, we've never even had a real argument. I don't think we've been upset with each other, but we've never had like a fight.
Been irritated, but never
very irritated, but never like a fight.
You didn't have to say very.
Very irritated at times.
Oh, well, maybe we have had a fight then, or maybe we should start. But yeah, no, I don't think that. I've never felt that. That hasn't been a thing. I think it's strengthened our relationship because we've what has changed, I think, in our relationship over the last 18 years or however long it is. 19 years is we've continually tried to do more for ourselves. You know what I mean? We're not stagnant in ourselves. We try to learn new things, meet new people, do new things. We try to think more. We try to just develop ourselves over time, right? And doing that personally opens the door for people around you to kind of do the same thing. So we're continually growing and recognizing that, there's very different things that could happen.
Very preachy Catholic.
Oh,
yeah, don't preach it. I think like when you start doing that, that would be a problem.
Yeah, I don't like preaching.
Or trying to get somebody to change, or trying to get. I mean, I get like explaining your stuff, like practice to them, but I don't think we should ever try to convert people or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's easy to feel judged, unfortunately, especially by Christians, because that's Christian, and a lot of Christian faiths, not all, but in a lot of them, there is a part of it where you're supposed to proselytize to others and supposed to save other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
That creates an issue. But not all Christians are like that, and actually a lot of them aren't. A lot of people that I've come across who are Christian, like, you don't believe you're in God, is like, then they will tell you, like, I don't even think you'll go to hell. Like, I don't believe that that's a thing. And they get ostracized for saying stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't hear it as much, but I think that's an interesting point. So
Better preach Catholic. All right. How do we change then and now? This is one kind of that I thought to add on. How does your current spiritual practice differ from the one you grew up with or practiced as a young adult? What spiritual or religious environment did you grow up in? Southern Baptist, Texas, all the way. Interestingly, I was never forced to go to church like by my mom. I kind of was just, that was what was there in Texas when I grew up. So if I wanted to go to church, I mean, pretty much which I did for a good part of my teens. So like I made the decision to do that. I wasn't pushed to do that. And then that's what was there, just was the heavy Southern Baptist, and way different, they were like black and white by what they thought was right and wrong, but it was like hypocrites, and it's not how it should be. There's a lot of judgment in that. And then when about 16, when I came out as gay, I was very involved in the youth group at my church and in the praise and worship group, which was like what the choir morphed into. It's like 6 of us, and I was told then that to the people, elders or whatever leaders of the church who I've trusted and been close to for a couple of years, so hey, well, you can't be in the ensemble anymore. Da, 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 da. Like with the being told I was wrong and shut out, kind of. So it is way different for me, and it taught me to never, ever, ever, ever do that, like to anybody. Southern Baptist by choice. What beliefs have stayed with you? What beliefs have stayed with me from that? I think the idea of trying to do the right thing, being kind, treating people as right. Things like it's don't go and try to murder or kill, or don't commit adultery, things like that. I mean, just basic principles I'd say would stay with me. And a more modern mentor of mine told me, I started going there, I was like, oh God, I grew up Southern Baptist, I hate this. She goes, she goes, I'm gonna stop you. She goes, don't do that. Do not down your old religion. She goes, take from it the parts that resonate with you. Keep it. You can't change it. You're a part of that. That's negative energy. Embrace the parts that resonate with you. That's good. What about you? When you grew up?
Grew up Southern Baptist in Virginia, also Southeast Virginia. Family was not incredibly religious, but they were really big on, God and going to hell and all that stuff. I was raised by my grandmother mostly, and she was very, very Christian. and I was still have some difficulties with certain things when it comes to Christianity, but I've started to learn and change that a little bit, and I'm doing much better with it. I find it difficult sometimes to engage because I go to my own personal experience. I mean, I was baptized when I was 13.
Same.
Felt like I had to be. I was very uncomfortable. And there was a lot of things that kind of happened in all of that. But one thing that has kind of stayed the same is if you ask me if I believe in God, I can't say yes, I believe in God because of the Christian God, but I can say I believe in something. And that search is going to be never ending. I do miss the community part of things. But
fellowship.
Yeah, because they have it so structured, but then at the same time, it also led to a lot of my traumas, and some of the things that I was accused of doing that I didn't do, or judged for doing that I wasn't, and then how I was kicked out of the church, like literally just like that. Go, well, you can't come back anymore. Your parents can, but you can't. Like, what? That's how that works. So, I mean, I'm glad that happened that way, because otherwise I might still be Christian. Probably not, but that was eye-opening to me. But I do feel like it taught me through negative association. Like, I've done better. I've learned not to judge because I was so judged, So I've taken a lot of those things.
I loved going to church. I really did. And I chose to go like in my teens. I loved going to church and the people there, and I felt a real connection, and I truly enjoyed it. I went as often as I could, like 2 or 3 times a week.
I hated going.
Jesus, didn't care about this. I'm just gonna get a shot.
Yeah, no, that's true. It does feel dumb. What does she got? Is that a toy?
Yeah, a bone.
Okay.
She got a bam bone.
Good. Mama Dragon raised Jehovah's Witness, went atheist, Taoism, which I think is a beautiful way to think. Then all types of paganism, big stint Nordic. Now I really don't care about a label. That's where I'm hitting. I'm starting to hit that. I don't care about a label stuff. But there is something drawing me to put all of this in a central area for myself, right? Like, define it. That's what I'm having trouble with now, is I feel like I need to still define something. So I'm kind of working on that, and I'm writing a book about it, but it's really a book for me. It's not really something that I think I might publish it, but that's not the purpose. It's really me pulling the certain things from the Norse, certain things from Wicca, from Left Hand Path, from Setianism, from Satanism, metaphysics more than anything, and humanism is probably the biggest piece of it. And then, some of the deities and gods and goddesses I work with, but I'm trying to compile that into like my crooked path, or was what I call it, the wandering path, but my own just version of what this looks like for me, so that I can do it. And if anybody reads it, great. If they don't, that's not the reason. I don't want people to believe like me. I just would like people to understand that they can forge their own path. And I would like to have a spot where I talk about how to get your own path, how to forge your own path, because a lot of people hear something and then they believe it, or they see something and they just believe it because they were told it. There's a way to go about, does this thing feel right in my soul? Like, when I hear this, let me go practice it. Going out into the grove and laying down and having water thrown on you and being initiated, that felt right. So that's part of my practice. If it doesn't feel right, it doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're not in that practice. It just means maybe you need to experience it differently, or that's not for you. And that's what spirituality should be to me. Then let's see, let me go back up here. Yeah, just gonna say it's not supposed to be the same for everyone. Yeah, your relationship to God is much like your relationship to everyone else. It is personal between you and the other person. Absolutely, 100%. I really like that way of thinking too. And we share because, like I said, I want people to know that they can come to their own gnosis with God, or whatever you want to call it. Gnosis is not the right word. Your own relationship with God, or whatever you call it, whatever it is. And I think they're all valid. And I think people should be helped along finding the path that's right for them. And a lot of people would come back to being Christian if it didn't get so hateful in some places. When you really sit down and talk to people who really, really live in the Christian ideals of love and the Ten Commandments, they're nice people.
Mm-hmm.
I would have no problem with that. But it's these other ones, man. But there's that in every group. I mean, Satanism, all of them have. Well, every group has that. The paranormal. When I was questioning the church when I was younger, they thought I was taking Lucifer's side. Yeah, if you can't question faith or a faith leader, that is a problem. That is a huge, biggest red flag to me. If you can't question a leader and they can't provide you with some guidance and you can't learn on your own, that's not good. YOLO was raised non-denominational, denominational Christian. Yeah. I was getting there. I forced and basically abused this religion, so I don't like Christianity because, I felt the same way for a long time, but I was denominational with Southern Baptist, but that force is why I initially reacted so against it, and I'm just now at 44 coming to terms with it. Squeaky hates going to church. It's boring. I agree, YOLO. It's so boring. We have a book library telling us not to pursue worldly status, but when it comes... Oh, literally, sorry. Not to pursue worldly status, but when it comes down to the bottom of what people believe, I found that what they really want their kids to be a high status. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I agree with that. Christians I've met are highly judgmental. I've met a lot of highly judgmental, but I have met some that aren't.
True.
And they're generally not the denominational Christians. I'm talking like Eastern Christian, esoteric Christianity. I have not seen a lot of judgment. Quaker Christianity, I've not seen any judgment from the people I've met who are Quakers, and not just our friends. People that I've met otherwise, they just have no judgment in them, at least from my experience. Now, Southern Baptist, your typical evangelical, megachurch, not megachurch. Yeah, I don't think I've met very many that aren't incredibly judgmental about everything. It's like they are born to judge. But that's not all. Every week, wasting time going to a building to worship a guy who preached against going to a building. Yes, thank you, Squeaky. I so love that. Yeah, paranormal, you know what? There's a lot of talk about pagan churches, and we talked about this last week, and maybe time before. The problem with pagan churches is most pagans really don't want to practice in a group setting, and our church is the universe, the world. So is there really a spot?
It would be so cool to have it. I know what she means to workshops and classes.
I think pagan church should be rotated like they used to with the old Shriners clubs and stuff, right? So we have pagan church here every Sunday. Basically, that's what this is. This is our pagan church. But having that togetherness is really cool. This is our church. I also kind of feel like, though, like you said, like it'd be neat to have a building. Like I envision a round building with the center is open. Where everybody kind of goes out into the center and there's like trees and stuff, but they're still around, almost like a Stonehenge, but covered in case it's raining and stuff. I think that'd be neat to have instead maybe not a church, maybe to have a spiritual place, a gathering place where we could all gather. But right now, our gathering place is digital, and I love it. It is the thing I look forward to most every week. Yeah, you guys have no idea how much I look forward to just being here, even if we don't have a topic or nothing. The fact that you log in and show up and just sit here and share your ideas and stuff, this is church. But I do like the idea of like the rotating crafts and stuff, and I wish we could get the right cameras to show you guys what we do. We've done a little bit of that in the past. We might try it again when we did a cooking stream with Joy and we had different cameras set up and we had somebody running the computer. We might do something like that in this room right here. We've got the cameras up at the top. Maybe when we do our next craft, we can get our other cameras set up in a way that we can get some different things and go live and do a craft together, and kind of move in on that. I think that'd be kind of fun. Could figure that out. We got enough cameras, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie, like a Catholic retreat, that would be great. And knock, knock, knock. It's not a joke. Hootless. There is somebody that is in the chat that is trying to get that set up. It's not me, but I am not going to steal that person's thunder. They can talk about it if they want to. But I am hoping to be a part of helping them get that up and running. so that there will be a yearly retreat, like a place that we all can go to, and it's camping. It would be outside, kind of an idea. It'd be camping, outdoors. You are one of them, Squeaky. I think you're part of the thing, right? I would hope so. I hope your wife is telling you. The things. And Hootless, yeah, we actually got our land, we bought land to do that, and we had a couple of meetings on it, but unfortunately they sold all the land around it to an apartment complex. And we couldn't do it because we would be a 3-acre central area surrounded by an apartment. So we ended up selling it. But not really, Hootless. You're voluntold. That is hilarious. So Hootless, I would love to do something like that around here. But yes, it would cost money, and we are still planning on doing something like that one day. And maybe having it so that in the winter we would be the winter retreat, and in the summer, Mama Dragon and Squeaky would be the summer destination in Wisconsin. So I'm not going to share any more than that. Mama Dragon has to share what she wants to share, but I am still planning on coming out there in August. And we are really wanting to have something like that in different areas. So we are Twisted Chaos is part of the group here that we're looking at trying to find something like that, because we do have the ability to make that happen. We've proven it once. We just have to find the right place again. It's just we need a more out in the middle of nowhere place. It won't have any structures. Everything will be mobile at this point. But that would be during the winter, you'd come down to the Florida retreat, and during the summer, it would be the Wisconsin retreat. To have these spaces that we can go to and camp and hang out and meet and have conversations and do things together as a team. Now, the local one down here, I think we've talked about and we have a lot more to talk about, but this is more of a long-term retirement plan also, but there's other pieces for it in the beginning. Well, Hootless, thankfully, there is somebody who's already working on that. That's not going to be very expensive. So that would be amazing too.
Oh, wow.
Never eat shredded wheat, Northwest PA. So would that be? I'm in Pittsburgh actually quite a bit. Not as much lately, but I've been out that way a little bit, a couple of times. I have 4 or 5 buildings out in Pittsburgh. So I'm up there sometimes. I'll have to check that out, Ben Jehovah.
Ben Jehovah, show the world.
I always have to think before I call people by their names, because there are certain people that do not want their real names known. I'm not one of them. I don't care, but it is always hard for me to call people things. It's so funny. But yeah, that is in the works. And if you're interested, Hootless, I think we are trying to work something out. Maybe not fully this year, but next year, unless I'm wrong. Maybe this year too, but maybe next year, to really have an actual retreat where we go up to Wisconsin, to a place that's already owned by somebody in the chat that already has a space. And I know that they're going to be working towards that. I think that'll be very fun. Of course, there's going to be stuff that we'd have to pay for, but it wouldn't be as expensive as it sounds. Now, we bought our land for $12,000 out here. It just so much grew up around it. We had 3.5 acres, and there was no way to keep it with what they sold around it. So we're re-looking to try to find something out, maybe with Twisted Chaos in the north central part of Florida, to kind of do the same thing. We're a little bit further out from things being torn down, like Mama Dragon is saying. Since they are cutting everything down, we're trying to look for a different spot. Yeah, we've 3.5 acres in LaBelle for $12,000. We sold it for $50,000. But yeah, I would never have sold that if they'd sold every single one around it. So we would have been 2.5 acres in the center of apartment complexes. It would not have been a good ending. So, yeah, but that's looking for. And then Ben, that is super cool in the Pittsburgh area. I'd love to have these kind of options for us to have little retreats, like our own little version of WitchCon, and kind of rotating it around. But yeah, $12,000, that was it. And it was a nice little chunk of land. It did not have anything on it, of course, and that's why we got our Jeep, was so that we could get to it, because we had to off-road to get there. And the van did not like it. So, but yeah, so there's all these things in progress. So this is kind of an extension of our conversation about compatibility and spirituality, that we can get together and have, like, how cool would it be for all of us to get together and be like, each of us talk about our practice and share something from that practice in person, and maybe, just camp out and hang out too, for a couple of days, and have some groupness together, where everybody truly is welcome to have your belief system. And I think as long as everybody's core belief, now you have to share this core belief with us. There's 3. You have to be kind to people around you. You cannot be an asshole. You have to want to do things good for the earth. You have to want to believe that the earth is a good place and that we want to do good things for it. So like an eco thing of it. And I think if you have those maybe 2 things, then it's enough. Yeah.
The wood-fired forge on it. That is so cool.
That is freaking awesome. And Ben, I've been buying camping stuff slowly here. There's so many things now that weren't available before at a low price. Like we could literally pop up tents and even have air conditioning. The way that I have things set up, I'm super techie obsessed and solar obsessed. We have ways to even get air conditioning remotely to places that don't have any capabilities. And that's some of the things we're looking for. So you're not an asshole, Squeaky, not to the people you care about, and that's okay. That's funny. But I think the big thing is people that would come out, it wouldn't just be a free for all to anybody who wanted to show up. It would need to be people that are respectful to others, and be passionate about what you believe, but you have to be respectful of others and respectful of the earth. That's really, I think, the core belief when it comes down to it. But yeah, so now we have 3 potential places that we only have 1, 2 maybe. Our place doesn't exist yet, but it's something we're looking for. Ooh, my tea time kicked in. Anything else?
What would your younger self think about your current spiritual practice? Mine would just not believe it.
Mine would be like,
I'm evil.
My child self would be like, you're the fucking goat. I'd be so impressed.
I'd be like, you're crazy. That is not a thing.
You broke out of this and you became exactly what you wanted, and stopped worrying about what everybody else told you had to do. You really did it. That.
What advice would your current self give to your younger self?
Don't change anything, but just know that you don't have to be stressed out about it, because it's gonna. I know it sounds cliche to say everything's gonna be okay, because things weren't okay at some points. But from a spiritual perspective, I would absolutely tell my child self, you do things the way you're doing the right stuff. Don't change anything, because it's going to have an impact on you when you make decisions as you get older. But do better in school a little bit.
I would say
in college.
If something feels wrong, or you're on the right track, let's say listen to what you're thinking.
No, Ben, there's no such thing. Oh. Although I'd probably tell my little self to not do as many drugs. Although I don't regret my fun times. Had some experiences.
I would say go to the doctor. Make your mom take you to the doctor, because the way you feel like crazy and weird and your thoughts are jumping, there's a reason. Don't
Therapy
wait till you're 41 to figure it out.
Therapy, yeah. Younger me didn't know it either, but I'd tell him, go ahead, and I would tell my younger self, go ahead and do the drugs, but you still have to leave that night that you thought about staying because they got raided the next day, and that was the time to stop with all the drugs. And now I just do the legal drugs as much as possible. Although I do want to do mushrooms. I'm terrified of, but I do want to do them. Never done them. All right.
Cool.
Any closing remarks from anybody? Anything you'd like to add? Any other questions, comments, or open discussion chat issues before our final?
So some final thoughts, can we say?
Yeah, what are your final thoughts?
Spirituality is not a destination. It's an ongoing conversation with ourselves, our communities, and the world around us. Different paths can still lead to understanding, connection, and growth.
Love it.
Thank you all so much for coming.
Hi.
Growth doesn't always mean changing who you are. Sometimes it means becoming more fully yourself.
Are you sticky? Just making sure it doesn't smell inappropriate. She's sticky on her side. It's probably your sister's freaking spit because y'all been chewing on each other. Girl.
Prim.
Guys, I'm gonna look in her mouth real quick, so sorry if I'm quiet.
I love you. This dog loves Salann.
Okay, it's not chipped. It's just two of her teeth are smaller than the rest. Piper has perfect teeth, Prim. Yours are not perfect.
Prim is beautiful. You are beautiful.
Yeah, you can't kiss me. You eat poop.
You're beautiful. She loves you. She loves you.
Yeah, you do. You can't kiss me.
Are you gonna kiss me or not?
All right. We are, Kelvin. We are going to do readings now. So we got you first on the list. If you'd like a reading, you're going to get a general unless you say otherwise. Lord Kelvin has started the comment section. So let's go ahead and get going. Lord
Get you something else to drink.
Kelvin is up front. And number one, Mama Dragon. Actually, you mind?
Water?
Just water, yeah.
Yeah, I need some water.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, Mama Dragon, Be Bootless, Twisted Chaos, YOLO, Squeaky. So Kelvin, Mama Dragon, Hootless, Twisted, YOLO, Squeaky. What I've got so far. I'm feeling a little bit of jasmine today, so I'm going to put some jasmine oil in my candle. If you didn't know, you can put a few drops of an essential oil directly into the wax of a candle that doesn't have a scent, like a votive. And as long as it doesn't overflow, you get a really nice scent added to a scentless candle. Ben, we got you. Paranormal 2. Ben Jehovah. That's so funny to me. Sorry. I had and I'm not kidding, but I had a math teacher in 8th grade. His name was Ben Dover. He was hot. I was obsessed with him for a while. Yeah. That was a fun summer. I mean, a fun school time.
You gonna kiss me or not? We gonna do this or what? You know I like you.
All right.
Your spot. Kiss me or
Yeah.
not.
No, I get it. It is funny. It just reminds me of Bendova. All right.
Read you for filth.
We're going to switch to our tarot cast. And
We're gonna read for filth.
I don't want to read for filth.
The library is open.
Yeah, there's some hot teachers around, let me tell you. He was nice too, which is even hotter. Nice when somebody's nice, it just is very sexy to me.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
I had a really cool 8th grade science teacher. He wasn't hot, but one kid called me an FAGGOT in class, and this science teacher, no, 10th grade, sorry, it was 10th grade. This science teacher picked the kid up in his chair, like at the chair desk was all one piece. He picked the whole thing up and carried it out to the front and put him outside and locked the door. Put him outside the room, Mr. Wick. He also then had to quit teaching because he married one of his students.
Who they fucking?
He was a young teacher, and they did meet after she graduated.
They
so,
fucking.
Yeah.
They fucking. Fukin. Fucking.
So I'm using the same tarot I used last night on Apocrypha. This is the Skull edition of Incromancy. Incromancy number 3. So I now have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I need Incromancy 1, but I'm not paying $1,000 for it right now, which is how much it costs. Trying to block out some of this light, y'all.
Who are we doing reading first?
Well, first up, I think, is Lord Kelvin.
Lord Kelvin.
Y'all be nice to each other.
Be nice, girls. Fuckatilia.
Piper starts the worst stuff and then tries to act like Prim is doing bad things.
Piper.
Seriously.
You're a brat, Piper.
She is, and then she gets all mad because she gets hurt. I'm like, but she's the one with the like super nips. And Prim is careful.
She bites. Piper bites. You said to me, how did I put this around? You gonna kiss me or not?
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss. Oh, I was like, how did my candle blow out? It's from shuffling. That's funny. You don't have to be nice. You've never not been nice to me though, unless I mean you can talk about me behind my back maybe, and that's mean, but you've never not been nice to me, Squeaky. And I'm sure you're not mean to Dragon. Unless she wants you to be. I mean, that's a thing. Common thing. Sorry, my hands don't want to shuffle.
He wouldn't dare. I'm flipping, I'm tipping.
All right? That is freaking hilarious. All right, paranormal, thank you. Lord Kelvin, let's get your
what do we
cards.
got?
All right. King of Pentacles. We actually talked about the King of Pentacles. Actually, yeah, I think that's a good spot. I'm trying to make sure the camera's in the right place. But yeah, so King of Pentacles. This is a really cool card. I hope you guys, you might need to zoom in on that. We did turn our quality up a little bit. Yes, you are first, Lord Kelvin. This is for you. We did turn our quality up a little bit, so you should be able to zoom in as long as you have decent internet, so you can see the card a little bit better. But this is the King of Pentacles. This is the quintessential energy card for Earth. So this is one of my home cards is what I call it, because the King of Pentacles represents true, utter Earth. So for you, and in a reading, it generally represents the querent because cards are people for me. So this card is representative of you and pulling in all of the things from the world around you. You need stability right now. You need things to be secured. I would recommend doing grounding exercises if you haven't been doing them recently. But there's a need here to reconnect to things that are of the earth, that are solid. Things might have been a little bit too up in the air or too in movement or in transition for a while. So the King of Pentacles is asking you to pull them back down, reconnect to the earth. If you are able to, this could look like going outside barefoot or sitting in the grass or sitting down, and just feeling the energy of the earth kind of pulling through you so that you can reconnect and reground yourself. The King of Pentacles comes up when you are in need of strategy and stability. So things need to be organized. Maybe there's some planning that you need to do because things might have recently been upturned or being upturned. And he is speaking to your need to replant something or replant yourself.
All right. And I pulled from the Light Seers Tarot, the Ten of Wands. Wands?
Why do you want to push it back?
Wands. I would say be careful. This person looks like they're carrying a lot.
You know what this reminds me of? The Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it does. Just be aware that you're not trying to take on too much. If it feels like too much, it probably is. And just make sure that what you're dealing with or taking on is necessary. And just be mindful. And I have a feeling this is like, a lot of like doing like a lot of, well, like me, this is every day, but I want to do this and this and this and this and this and this and like passion or things to want to do, and just kind of like pick a couple things and don't take on too much, even if people are are asking you and you don't want to let them down. Just kind of balance what you're dealing with, because you can choose it. You don't have to do anything or help anybody that you don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
It's a really good comment, because I'm just double checking to make sure. because a lot of traditional meaning is carrying too much load. You have too much on your plate, but you're still carrying it. So take a chance to kind of clean off some of that. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. Hope that gave you some insight, Mr. Kelvin, Lord Kelvin.
Lord Kelvin.
Mama
Lord
Dragon is actually up next.
Mama D. Mama D, Mama D.
Stupid.
It is Mama D.
Hey, I am sure. Own that wand.
Mama Dragon.
Own that wand. I really like reading with this deck, y'all. Mama Dragon, what does the deck say for you today? What does Incromancy 3 Skull Edition have?
What does Lightseers say
For Mama D. If we pull the Ace of Wands, I'm going to flip.
What does Lightseers see for Mama D?
Nope, we pulled a Four of Cups.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so cool.
This is a really pretty Four of Cups, too.
Really pretty.
God, that is a pretty... Can you guys see that okay when we use this? I know my rocks might be a little bit in the way.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got.
Can you see it? At least zoom into it. I'm hoping, because this is a skull with this really cool, like Polynesian style hair, like Hawaiian style hair. There's lots of grapes.
Oh, cool.
Grapes are a symbol of abundance and sweetness. You've got a dagger in there, and she's got a drink, and she's smiling. I mean, to be honest, this is a very
From work.
interesting card, because typically speaking, the Four of Cups talks about foundations of emotion, or the way that we're looking at emotions, unfortunately, from a logical way, and it's kind of causing difficulty. Now, in this particular deck, it's apathy, and it's not bad apathy. It's not like you're apathetic and who gives a fuck. It's more like you don't need to give a fuck because you got your shit already together. The Four of Cups is a very stable card. The cups are full. She's got her grape, she's got her wine, she's got her abundance here, and she's like, you know what? I don't need your opportunity. I don't need what you're bringing to the table. I already have it. I am it. So a lot of times with this Four of Cups, we're saying, I've already got my cup. I don't need that shit that you've got. I'm good here. I made this myself. This is mine. So just kind of think of that energy this week as you kind of do what you're doing, that you've already got your abundance. You've got everything that you have, and you don't need somebody else's shit right now. You got your own, and it's better than theirs. So,
All right, better than this.
that is a really pretty card.
That is beautiful. I pulled the Ten of Swords, and just like this lady, she's got the birds above her, which some people say are harbingers of death or bad news. I think they're absolutely the opposite. They're wonderful, friendly birds, but she's looking out kind of into nothing, and to me, it's just like she's like, that's it, basically. This looks like the point to me where you're kind of like, enough. Like that's about enough of that, and then just coming to the realization that it's time to looks like she's walking away or onto something new, and it's like, I'm not dealing with that BS anymore. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that is what she's saying to me. She's looking out, she's like, enough. Not sad, not mad, but she's like, enough.
You can have your hands on the table, but just don't pound the table.
Thought you were gonna strike me.
Shut up. Traditionally, do you mind if I share traditional meaning?
No,
Traditionally,
please.
the Ten of Swords is a failure card. This is the card that most people should be afraid of in the tarot when they say that. Like the Tower is this big thing. It's the 9 and 10 of Swords that represent failure and exhaustion and complete and utter just, Jesus, I'm done. So oftentimes you'll see a person with the 10 swords or daggers through them, and I kind of take it as a failure, but it's also a reminder to breathe, right, and to stop and just say, okay, I can. It didn't work. What am I going to do now? You can either sit in depression, or you can say, all right, what's my next step? Because it's a cycle. That's a really pretty rendition of the Ten of Swords, and it kind of, to me, it kind of takes out that failure bite to it in the imagery, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I felt without the swords, I feel like it's like her saying, enough, I'm done.
Yeah, I like that.
And it may be like painful, or it may be like a sad thing to realize, but what I get from this one is that she is coming to realize it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know.
The things that failed needed to. That is too cool.
Yeah, the things that failed needed to. Yeah. Oh yeah. But to me, it looks like she's like, okay, well,
My butt cheek is numb.
that didn't work.
Yeah.
Do you need a butt massage?
Hootless, sure. Hootless. I have a little the machine that you can use. Shut up.
What?
It's not that kind of machine. It is an impact machine. But, I mean, I have one of those too, but Hootless is up next.
Is it Hootless? Yeah. Oh yeah, it is Hootless.
I think we're all agreeing with Teresa on that one.
You got some cronies. What is that? You got some cronies.
Some chromies.
Too, Mama.
That is.
That's
I believe
funny.
every second of it.
Listen.
Good.
What do we got for he?
All right, Hootless. You're.
Connected. He.
He's not Michael Jackson.
I'm connecting to he. Don't make fun of me, lest I flee from thee. I'm connecting to he.
All right.
This card.
This is different. That is a very different Nine of Pentacles. I'm gonna see what this says in the book too.
Pentacles, yeah.
So, Nine of Pentacles. This to me comes right after the Masterwork card, which is the Eight of Pentacles. This is like your mastery of a skill and your magnum opus, right? The Nine is more of this. Now the book says financial gain, which sure, financial gain and independence on the financial side, so things are going appropriately financially. But for me, the Nine of Pentacles is like a stock card, meaning you finished your masterwork and you're looking back at it and saying, wow, I did that. This is amazing. It is going to provide for me. It is going to give me the fulfillment that I need. And coupled with other cards, you can determine whether it's a financial gain or not for me. But traditionally, yeah, it's just this whole idea of financial control and not superiority, but like I've got it covered. And the traditional card, and in this one, she's got a bird, and it's usually a bird of prey, which is not normally quote unquote controlled by a human being, but it's showing that you have control of the things that some people don't and that are difficult. And being a Pentacles, of course, we're about finances in this particular card. So yeah, we've worked on something very meaningful to us, a really great work, and we have taken step next into this. I got it going on, and I got it covered, and I don't need to worry about these things. We're organized very well. And Mama Dragon, this is the last deck that I did last week. This is the same set of decks. This is just a different one in the series. So that was deck number 6. This is deck number 3. Incromancy.com, I think, is the website. You guys really should check them out. Actually, I'll link it here because they're so good. And unfortunately, they're all limited run cards, so you can only get them while they actually have copies. So if they're out, they're out. And I think I was able to find this one that they brought back out.
Oh, that one was beautiful. That's my favorite one. They're all nice though.
I'm gonna make sure it links to this shop. Okay, so this is the one that I want to link. You can go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So
I'm just gonna share it in the chat.
I pulled from the Light Series Tarot the 5 of Pentacles. Interesting, another pentacle. And it may seem like like a problem might seem bigger than it is, dealing with work or dealing with finances or like physical things, belongings, possessions. And this person is like looks very in despair. But these beautiful 5 pentacles are hanging on the door. And then there's a keyhole. And looking down, this person does not see, and you may not can see it either, that there's a key to the keyhole to behind them or like in front of them. And the keyhole's right there and they've got the key. So it's often like a problem, you may just not see that you have the solution to it right there, or the help, or resolution to it right there. So your money, physical, or possession type perceived issue. So it may seem like you're in a hard time, but the help is right there. The solution, the way to get out of it is right there, and it's not really as big as it seems or impossible. Just look around and pay attention. There might be a person there. There might be whatever it is. So kind of think outside the box, because it might just be just hiding because you might be really upset about it or whatever, or like focused on it. And so you drew a pinnacle and I drew a pinnacle.
Mm-hmm. So that means there's also a lot of earth energy kind of coming into this discussion, right? So when we do reads, we also like to make sure we're paying attention to different trends. What you see and what you don't see. Kind of hard to do with two cards, but when you do pull two of the same, really we are focusing in the arena of earth, physicality, strength, possessions, finances, things like that. So that is what's in your energies this week. What's different is that they're such opposite cards. These are very opposing stories. Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's saying to beware of something, or to safeguard. I don't know.
Yeah, and the Five of Pentacles, typically, well, all the fives are typically some of the more difficult cards, right? Like hard. I don't want to say harder, but challenges, right? So the fives, and even numerologically 4, 5, and 6, well, not so much 4, but 5 and 6 are kind of stagnations, stuckness, things aren't going as well, isolation, pause, that kind of thing. So maybe the message is take a longer pause than normal before making a big financial decision, if one is presented to you, whether it's good or bad.
Just found it interesting that the key is there, and why is the person just like looking all like this and not even pay attention? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like the key's there to the lock.
Is it the wrong key?
Something. I mean, maybe
Did she try it and it didn't work. Light Seer. Also, guys, very, very, very cool deck. The Light Seer's Tarot. It's in one of my top 5. James Eads, every one of his decks is my top 1 slot, followed by my Steampunk Tarot that I use daily, followed by the Wizard's Tarot, and then some Incromancy Tarots, if not all of them, and then the Light Seers. Those are my top spots. The Wizard's Tarot, which I don't think I've ever used here, is one of the other decks that I use for personal readings, surprisingly. I haven't used it on here for some reason. But it too is by Barbara Moore, which is another favorite writer. And Ali Fell is one of the artists that I actually like. But you don't see as much from her anymore. Or him, actually. Ali Fell, the guy.
Twisted Chaos.
Twisted Chaos is up next. The Pagan Quaker. Only she said it. PQ. I feel like we're going to end up at a Kava bar now. I was thinking I'd just stay home, but now I want to. Before we go into Twisted Chaos, Hootless, I think we have something we were going to do next week. I can't remember. Did we have something we were going to do next Saturday?
Feels like it, but next Saturday too, I have my it's only an hour, but I have my trance with Storm.
What time? Evening, afternoon?
Usually it's like between 4 and 5. I'll look.
Okay. Maybe next week or the week after. We wanted to plan to come up.
But we still could do something. I mean, it's not real late. We could go right after.
Just wanted to check with you if next weekend is a good weekend or the weekend after is a better weekend for us to come up and check out. Yeah. I was in Sarasota the whole week 2 weeks ago, but I did not make it to the Kava place because I just wanted to get.
That would be really cool if you're.
But yeah, we'd like to
available.
But back to Twisted Chaos.
TQ.
Oh, TK. Yeah.
Saluton. Okay.
Saluton. Mila buenas molti.
All right, so we could do a different one, different day.
Saluton Nerankinde.
If you want, that works better.
Would Sunday be a better day?
You gonna kiss me or not?
Or the following week too.
Or the following week, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm fine with late too. It doesn't matter. My biggest thing is I just don't want to leave the dogs too long. That's the only thing. And it's way less of a drive than I thought it was. The way we'd be coming.
Sorry, they're doing something in my building. Oh.
But yeah, so Sunday would be better. Let us know. We can do it like we did last time. Oh, is it Father's Day next Sunday? Let's just plan on the week after next, and we'll see how that goes. Because we want to come up and hang out and see some new Kava places. Actually, there's some new ones down here too I want to check out, but not today. That'd be later this week. I might come down and meet you at one. Well, I guess it'd have to be Friday, wouldn't it? You're out of town until Thursday, right?
I leave Friday morning, yeah, but not for Father's Day, yeah. So Friday, probably leaving in the morning. I'll probably be here by noon or 1. I'm guessing Friday, so early afternoon I could.
Yeah, I'm home office this week, so. And then next week I'm local, but I'll be out at facilities next week doing co-visits with my team.
Oh, so it's just saying.
All right, Twisted. Oh. Justice is your first card.
Oh, that's a cool card.
This is a super, super cool Justice. This is really pretty. It's kind of hard to see where it ends because of all the other stuff that's going on in this background here, right? Just kind of giving it a definite edge here. So Justice has a couple of different things for me. Generally speaking, Justice is looking at making things right. Things are going to be the way that they need to be, for lack of a better term, right? It's a little different than Judgment for me. Because Judgment, and I always share this because you always say you used to have trouble with Justice and Judgment.
I do. I always
Judgment
do.
is the act of judgment happening and that judgment will occur. Justice is the seeking of balance and fairness. And it's a little bit different, a little bit less edgy than Judgment. And it kind of feels like not that things are going to be in balance because it's not 50-50, but things are going to be fair. Sometimes fair takes on 20-80, right? Sometimes fairness takes on 40-60, meaning balance in life and things. So in this particular image, Justice is talking about fairness of things. So paying attention to things that are fair and things that matter to you. The other thing is, from an emotional perspective, Justice has an appeal to your empathetic side, to karma. So pulling things in that, I don't want to say that you deserve, but that the scales will be made right. So if there's something that you owe, you need to pay it. If it's something that is owed to you, it will be paid. Doesn't have to be physical. It can often be emotional or mental, but can be physical too, depending on other cards. So we'll see. But I'm really getting from this particular Justice card that something is coming to balance the scales for you that has been out of balance. So that balance you're seeking will happen.
All right. Well, I pulled the 9 of Swords, and it's a card of uneasy, anxiety, sleeplessness. So I think you got to be aware of that. You got to find something that'll help help with your anxiety. And I'm not sure it's all in its mind. It's like a mental type of despair or discomfort that may or may not be affecting your daily life. So I don't know if that has to do with your card or not.
I would say yes. And Justice has a very heavy, to me, has a very heavy air and water connotation with it, because that's where the empathy side comes in. We really talk about things that are fair, and what happens with fairness is we react emotional to when things aren't fair for us, right? When things are unfair, it messes with our psyche. It creates anxiety, it creates difficulty. So Justice is bringing things into balance. And then I would say the 9 of Swords is saying that anxiety is part of what's going to be coming into balance for you. So it's going to require energy and work on your behalf to let those things go so that they can come back into balance. And pushing against it too hard is going to cause things to go out of whack for longer. So kind of lay down and let it happen kind of thing.
Yeah, and breathe, meditate.
Yeah,
maybe
meditate and ground.
Try to sleep, even though it says it's the anguish is she literally sitting by a pillow and not laying down. So that's showing that to me that she can't sleep. One thing about this deck, I do love that they use the crows for the swords versus like swords.
Yeah.
So just kind of do what you can to find that peace.
Yeah.
Meditate, walk.
Sweet. YOLO's up
drink
next.
Some tea. YOLO, YOLO, wild, YOLO, YOLO.
You only live once. This is yet another deck by Incromancy. I'm trying to find Incromancy 1. It's just called Incromancy 2020. It is a collector's item, and it is... the only one I found was like $1,000.
Ooh, girl.
And I will be honest, I am considering buying it one day.
Ooh, girl.
Would you stop yelling? I want to blame you for my candle going out, but it's me.
It's
my
you.
Shuffles.
You can blame me, though, if you want. If it makes you feel better as a person.
YOLO. You only live once. As far as we know, I don't believe that, actually.
I don't either.
Yorf. You only reincarnate forever.
Yorf. I like that.
We made 3 new words today.
Swip.
Swip. I forgot the second one. And Yorf. What was the second one? I notated it. It didn't. I didn't mark it, but it'll come out in the AI summary. In the AI summary.
What does YOLO need to know?
YOLO.
Don't play with
Holy
my YOLO.
busy
No,
card.
I'm not a home. No.
That is a busy card.
Oh wow, what is that? Another pentacle?
We're pulling a lot of pentacles. We got some energy, earth energy going around this world today, y'all. So I'm gonna use this to kind of contrast it again for you. This is the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles, a super cool card. To me, this is a teamwork card. This is all about working with people, usually platonically, sometimes work related, but not always. But working with other people that on a project of something that's going to go well for you. So teamwork. Oftentimes it references coworkers if we pull any wands, but without those extra cards, I don't necessarily know that. But you've got this idea that we can work together, and that something that you're working on needs to kind of come together and be pulled together, right? So something that's happening with you, you need to involve some other people and work together with somebody kind of putting that together. In other words, if there's something you're trying to do, you don't have to do it alone, and you shouldn't do it alone. You should use people around you and friends and kind of help get some guidance on that instead of trying to do it all alone. That is the 3 of Pentacles.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so teamwork. I don't know what else to say about it.
Oh, nice. That's a very busy
3s
card.
Almost always involve groups of people for me. Like 3 of Cups is a night out with the girls. The 3 of Swords is heartache of groups, not necessarily a person, but of groups. Which one am I missing? 3 of Swords. That one? Nope, I just did 3 of Swords. Swords, Pentacles, Wands. Did I do 3 of Wands? 3 of Wands is a whole different... No, I don't think so. 3 of Wands is a whole different perspective of working together with somebody to complete this fire project. 3 of Pentacles is teamwork, group work, working together and holding stuff. So yeah.
And I pulled the Chariot for you.
I love the Chariot.
To me, this is saying, you've got control right now. Just maintain it. You're heading the right way. Don't change anything. That's what I get.
Yeah.
Right there. The black and white horse. Pretty.
The cool thing with a Chariot, action card, fire card, and it's motion. It means you have control of the vehicle, but you need to make sure you're moving the vehicle. Don't sit still, and it's time to move forward. So things are in a good spot to take that next step. Charmin. Isn't that what you mean?
Charmin or Charmaine?
No, don't Charmaine. Squeaky's up next.
Squeaky, 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 squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Yeah. And it's always a team. It's always more than one thing pulling, right? And for me, it's also like an exponential of energy, right? 1 is 1, but 2 is not just 2. 2 is more than the sum of its parts when you're working together to get something done. So we exponentially grow with each additional energy that we have. It's not just 1 plus 1.
Never want to squeaky, squeaky. Over the below.
Don't forget to take your card back.
Oh, yes. Squeaky.
I'm really loving this deck. I'm so mad I only have 2 copies.
Oh, that is so nice. That is a nice one, my friends, my love.
Here, we'll keep going with the Pentacles, Squeaky. The 7 of Pentacles.
You've had quite a few Pentacles.
Yeah. So the 7 of Pentacles, we're getting towards like the end of something. Something is working towards it. You've just moved from a stagnant stage of something towards the stage of, this is actually working. A lot of times it's physical things. So maybe you're working on a sword or something that you do in your forge, but you're growing it. It's nurturing. So you've nurtured this process that's kind of coming through, and it's going to result in something that turns out really good, like the 8 of Pentacles, right? And ultimately the 10 of Pentacles, which is complete mastery and presentation of something like your magnum opus, right? So anybody who doesn't know what magnum opus is, just right, it's like the great work. Like your really good, skilled, talented work that you do.
That's a cool card. I just looked at it.
So this 7 of Pentacles is like you're out of the stagnation. You hit a stop point. You rethought some things and you change them and you're reworking them back into something new. And so you want to bring in this energy of growing. Things are expanding and nurture what it is you're working on. Also, with some cards, the 7 of Pentacles can represent that you're taking on new wealth and that finances are getting better. So the financial situation is starting to improve.
They're doing a CNA week.
You said it like 4 times.
Sorry. Keep checking our pictures. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. I put up the 9 of Wands. So I've had mainly swords and pentacles. So 9 of Wands, to me, this this girl, she looks like she is just like doing the thing, like successful, accomplished, Wands is like you're working, you're doing your passion, and there's several, like 9 is, but you've been successful at managing, at completion, Perseverance. Yeah, that's a good word. Mm-hmm. So you're just a 9 sticks. You're just
fits perfectly with the 7 of Pentacles. Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're working on like a new way of doing something or like a big project or trying something that maybe you've had a hard time with or you haven't done before or you're planning to. But this is saying that it's going to go well and that it's going to be a very good outcome project and you'll be very proud of it, I think. That's what I get out of it.
I get all good vibes from this.
I do really like this 7 of Pentacles, though.
That is really cool. That's sick, man. So take your 9 sticks and be happy, man.
Be happy with your sticks. Paranormal is up next.
BW.
And we're going to end with Ben Jehovah. If I missed anybody, please call it out. We'll add it in. But Paranormal is up next. All right.
Paranormals.
Yes, those are all really good things. King of Swords. This is
a lot of swords, a lot of pentacles.
This is a very different swords card.
It's cool, man.
Than what I'm used to.
Oh, he's cool.
King of Swords. Swords are our air, right? Our thoughts, our mentation, our ideas, our logic, and things that are expansive, like air, sense, and things grow to the size of whatever container they're in. And the King of Swords is containerless, so he is on top of the world. He is strong, he is confident, he has all of the decisions, all of the things that he has in place, and he is moving forward. King of Swords really exudes confidence of knowing that they've got things together. So I'm going to recommend that you pull in as much confidence as you can and be confident and exude that energy because this sets you up for other things to fall well. Be happy and proud of where you are and the things that you're doing, and let the King of Swords energy kind of guide you to grow more, to have that strength and things and have that securement in everything that he's doing. Now, traditionally, strong confidence, right? I don't know what else to say about the King of Swords. Insofar as, from a reading standpoint, you really want to pull that energy in of confidence and don't don't draw in what's the word I'm looking for? The opposite of like shakiness, unsureness, insecurity, maybe. If things are presented to you, be sure that you know the answer. Be confident that you've got it under control, because you do. If you want to, whatever we talked about earlier, I can't even remember what it was. We said you don't think you're ready for it. King of Swords is ready. Period. And that's that. And you don't make mistakes.
Right, and I've drawn Salann's favorite, one of his favorite cards, the High Priestess. She's got her eyes closed. She is so focused.
Not only is High Priestess my second favorite card, this High Priestess is one of my favorite cards.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what it is about. She's just got it together.
You probably, I know you can't see it there, but there's some small runes up at the top. So she's like saying, plan everything out and do everything that you plan to do. Like, it's not a time to rush through something. Like, plan it out and be so strong with it. Like, literally with your eyes closed, you know front and back what your plan is, and you're going to experience every step. Like, this is not something to rush.
Nope.
She is so cool.
It's hard to see, but there's some runes in the background. Manez, Laguz, Urtho. She's got her eyes shut, so she's seeking in, right? She's going inside, and she's pulling this stuff out, and she's like, you got to do the hard work. This isn't just surface stuff. This is,
she got her
you got to do it all.
Going.
Yeah. She lit up.
She got a moon, like a little crescent moon on her head. I don't know if that's the standard one, but cool, dude. That's a good one.
Last but never least, we're gonna bend over.
Bend over.
Gonna bend Jehovah. Right next to bend over. It's so funny. We should do a ritual on Father's Day since both of our fathers are gone.
Oh yeah, we should.
That'd be nice, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
My dad was a character, but I loved him, and I know he loved me too. Despite all the weird things and stuff.
Ben Jehovah, what do you know? Ben Jehovah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ben Jehovah.
Benja.
Doo-doo.
Benja. Is the Two of Cups.
Some pretty cups.
His name is not Ben either. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
So we talked about this actually last night. Was in the read.
We did.
The Two of Cups is much more of a lover's card than the Lover's card is for me, but it does not necessarily mean romantic love. It can, but it's really partnership and connection. And you can see with these two chalices upside down, they are connected. In the traditional deck, I can't remember if this is the swirling colors of the two people. That might be the lovers or the yin yang. Either way, it represents this togetherness and grouping of companionship and like connection. It can also mean your soulmate, but it doesn't have to be a female or a male or a person specifically. It's a complete connection with somebody that is really driving good things and positive feelings. So if there's that person in your life, then that needs to be grown. If that person's not in your life or that energy is missing, you need to cultivate that, because it's very important to have somebody that you can rely on, that you can have this energy with. For it to come up in the tarot during a read, it's telling us we have to pay attention to it. So if it's there, grow it more. If it's not, cultivate it. This would be grouping together, getting together with other people, finding somebody who's really connected, and make sure that you're having these connections and partnerships. Depending on other cards, which we are not doing a full read, the Two of Cups can actually mean partnering up with somebody for a work job, partnering up with somebody to do a project that you trust, and that you should proceed with those partnerships. But just make sure that you pick the right person and that you're with the right people to do the project or the energy or the need that you have that you're trying to fill.
All right. And I pulled the Queen of Pentacles.
Favorite queen out of any deck, period, no question.
She is so pretty. She's all in green. Pentacles, earth, tree, earth, trees, earth, green,
Patience?
sky.
You remember Patience?
Uh-huh. That's her.
Mm-hmm.
I never met her, but I remember. So, she's got her eyes closed, and it's telling me be grounded in your, and use your knowledge, clear head, common sense, and practicality this week to get through the week, to manage any kind of concerns, issues, problems that come up at work. This tell me maybe something about work or something that you're working on. And don't get excited. Don't get emotional. You got to be grounded and use that earth energy to see your way out of it.
Nice.
Hoochie, hoochie.
Coochie,
Hoochie,
coochie.
hoochie, coochie, coochie.
I really love this deck.
She got branches. She go down.
So I hope that gives you guys some
Avalanches.
information, some guidance, some movement, some ideas, some
Hopefully
feelings,
does.
all the
Hopefully
things. Yeah, we went way long today.
So shit. Sorry.
That's partly my fault. I got talking. Sorry, guys.
Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah,
sticking it out.
Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sticking it out with us. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful. Any last comments or anything?
No. Have a wonderful week.
Have a wonderful week.
Be aware of the energy of the pentacles, the swords, and the what was the other one that we kept bringing up? Swords, pentacles, wands. We had some wands.
Yeah, a lot of pentacles though, especially for me. Yeah, Ben, I get that too. It's very murky. Kind of makes me want to do a longer read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could.
Might pull some extra cards.
You're welcome.
All right.
We could do privately. We could pull some more cards.
Yeah, I will be honest, guys. Like, we are not against doing any longer reads if anybody wants to afterwards.
Have a great week, everybody.
We'll be more than happy to do that. But yeah, you just gotta let us know if you're interested in a longer reading. We'll do that for sure.
We'll post them to you on Discord.
Yeah, we can post in Discord, or we can do a private recording, or just do it in
Have
Discord
a great
itself.
week. Thank you, Teresa.
But please, you guys have a wonderful weekend, rest of your Sunday, and a great week. We will see you again soon. We will do a tarot stream at some point someday.
Yeah, see you around. Have a good week.
We got some new videos coming out this week. Yay.
New videos.
Love you guys.
I love y'all. Hey.
Dissonance in my head, profit and conscience sharing a bed. I swear I hear the city laugh when I choose you over the aftermath. If this world collapses